Which in the main.
What is the deal? Ooh, let's get this music off. Hold on What's going on? What's going on? Jesus, that's loud. It is Conspiracy Wednesday. Conspiracy Wednesday. I've been waiting all week. I've been waiting all week for this. What's up, LA? Already in the motherfucking chat? Oh, sorry, I'm not gonna cuss. Already in the chat. What's going on, brother? How you doing? What's up, bird lady? Sandra Love is always in here. What's was Champ was in here, wasn't he? Champ the Ruler was in here as well. I don't know if he's still in here, but if he is, welcome, welcome, welcome. Bird Lady Speaks. How are you doing? B Rab was the first one to show up. That's shocking. I'm shocked about that, but I'm glad he's here. Oh, Bird Lady. Man, what is going on? This is one of my favorite days of the week. One of my favorite because I'm a conspiracy theorist at heart. Hold on, we got to set the move down low for some greenery. All right, we got green going on everywhere. Today is green. I don't know why, but maybe for like the earth or something like that. I don't know why, but we're just going. What's up, Georgia? Car. What's going on? How are you doing? It's Wednesday once again. Again, it is Conspiracy Wednesday. So I wanted to kick it off with anyone that wants it. I'm going to open up the panel already because this is almost like free flow on Friday. You know what I'm saying? Where we get a little tipsy, we talk a little stuff, and then we keep it moving. You know what I mean? Um, let me drop the link in the chat real quick. Uh, where are we at? Wrong mouse. Copy. How? What? Uh, what is your name? Did you make it to where you were supposed to be going yet? So good sir. Yeah, I thought your flight left at 7. I know it's not like. Well, he said his flight leaves at 7. Oh, he's not on no dang plane. Not at no 8. I mean, if he's watching me from the sky, what is going on, my dog? What's going on? Did I put that in chat? Okay. This this boy.
Hey, look at Jigaboo. Don't worry about me.
Did you make it yet?
Nah, I'm in Newark.
Oh,
I'm
when are
flying
you?
out of Newark.
Oh, okay. Dang, why would you travel up to
Because
go
the,
down?
cause the flights don't leave out of Philly. So I'm
Ah,
staying at night in Newark. They fly out. It's not
a
Yeah,
night.
it's not a straight flight. Yeah, it's not a straight flight, right? Yeah, I'm not doing a connecting flight. I'm
Mm,
bougie.
okay.
So I had to drive to Newark and we catching the flight. I think I leave at private jet. Ain't no private jet. I wish it was.
Private jet. Yeah, private jet. That shit. That's what I'm
Yeah, it's
talking
not
about.
private
Look at you,
jet.
ballers.
I think it's at 7. We leave at the
Jet
flight leaves at
United.
7.
So what's going on? Today is it is
Got on the bus.
conspiracy. It's conspiracy Wednesdays, bro.
I'm about to go to my room, so I just had to get something to eat. There's food
What
around
you
with you.
about to eat? Now, I'm hungry too. I'm about to order some pizza or something. I don't know, man.
Some fat
My
shit.
wife ain't my wife ain't cooking for me. She said I'm just a regular old black guy. She can't cook. She ain't.
Why you on Black's channel? Why you ain't doing it on yours?
I am on my channel.
It came up as
Oh,
Black's channel.
Okay, well, all three of us are streaming at the same time. So I got the Uncle
Oh, that's
Tom.
funny because y'all just leave me out. You sons of bitches.
Listen, do you listen? Listen, you gotta get. I only have 4 slots. So I got one. My wife has one. Blacks and Black Dots have one.
Black thoughts don't do nothing.
You got a channel too?
No, I'm gonna get one though, you motherfuckers.
Okay, well, as soon as you get one, we put you up here.
I don't even want to deal
I
with
mean, you
that.
got a reserved slot.
Yeah, I'm about to go to one too.
Hey, yeah, but she said, we can give you a wrench. Of course, you should have. You should
No,
already
I
have a
don't.
wrench.
I don't. I listen. I ain't get. I'm not begging for no rents because I know how you Negroes
No,
get.
no, no. I don't. I told you, I don't hand out wrenches. That's always the wife. I don't. I don't deal with chat too much. I look in it and I look at it. She said she didn't know if you wanted that or not. Why don't you just cut your mic
Nah,
off?
I ain't gonna know what to do with that.
Well,
You light skin. No, you lighter than me. That's the problem. That's why you act like
all right.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah. How many of y'all flying out? Is it like 10 of
They
y'all?
talk too much. How y'all know what I did for a living?
I told you. See that?
Don't
What's up,
ask me.
JQ? How you doing, brother?
Let me go to my room if I gotta knock stuff over out there. I'm gonna go to my room if I gotta knock stuff over. Cause you
What am I
dirty.
doing?
I
I'm
said
changing stuff.
I
Oh,
would just
oh,
knock
oh,
everything off on the
yeah,
desk. Oh my
that's what I
god, why light skinned people gotta act like this?
you see that. This
I
is
think
this
you're
is
just
why
gonna
you don't allow
you're just
black
gonna
people to come
knock
on your
everything over on
3118 in
the
their
desk
room.
after you're gonna pick it up.
He
I'm
walking
gonna
through
pick
the
it up.
damn neighborhood.
What they
He could have
gonna
just
do?
muted himself, but no, he ain't gonna mute himself. He's gonna keep talking like we don't, like he don't know we live right now and stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens. What up, champ? How you doing, brother? You playing the game right now, bro? If you're not, you can jump in and out. We're doing conspiracy theories today. That's what today is. We will be doing something. I'll open the panel up for anybody that wants to join. Uh, it's at attached to the top. It's pinned to the top of the chat. Uh, yeah, we'll wait for a little bit more people to get in before we
All
go
right, okay.
ham.
These
Oh,
girls
now
is
okay.
picking on. These
Now
girls
you,
are picking on me.
I would pick on you too.
Man, shut up, Negro. You lucky I'm trying to get my life together.
uh, you know what? I really want to know I want to know the meaning behind Negro or the reason why they actually brought that up. That don't even sound cool. Negro. You are a Negro. I don't know what that.
That sounds good to me. Did you ever find out? Did you ain't never go to the Tiki page when he tagged you?
No, I didn't see it until after he was getting off. So.
Yeah. He was talking about Angry Man. It was alright. Anna
Yeah.
got Anna got on there.
Yeah.
I was trying to boot her off, but they
Okay.
don't do that over there.
You're welcome. All right. So she, the white lady says she wants you to type something in the chat so she can give you a wrench. Anything. It could be I don't care. Type something.
Oh, this one cool as hell.
It didn't come from Africa. So does anyone know what the reason behind the neat? Matter of fact, you know what? Well, I don't know why I'm asking. I should just look it up myself. Origins behind the word Negro. How do they spell it? Oh, Negro. Grow. All right, let's look at it. Oh, it's from Negroid. That's right. It's Latin for dark skinned person. Oh, okay. Negus. Nigrit. Oh, okay. All right. I'm learning. Negro definition. You wonder what the word Negro means? Here we go. The Negro is a black person, African ancestry, a member of a group people formerly considered to constitute race of humans having African ancestry and classified according to physical traits, darker skin pigmentation. But I want to know I guess there was Negroid. That's why. I guess. Never mind. Comes from the word Latin word. What up, Black Thoughts? Is you at work dodging doo-doo water? You gonna get some generic 2023 answer? Yeah, that's true. Probably was Spanish. What's in the back chat? She
Four.
called you retarded.
Yeah, I've been called worse. Not better.
She said in the not in the regular comments, not the back chat, sir. Jesus, just one letter, sir. I'm gonna need you to learn how to use your sorry iPhone. You know,
That's because I'm on my
should be on the Android.
if I want to die, I'll be on there.
Whoa, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What are you talking about? You know, I own an Android. Hey, what is a member
Exactly.
alert on YouTube? I don't know. You gotta tell
Exactly.
me.
I gotta turn this air on. Oh,
What up, Steven? How you doing? We got 9 people in here. Black thoughts. I guess he's dodging poop water still. You know. I know I see him. Black certified. Blacks is probably doing baseball right now. But anyway, you know what? We're gonna kick it off with something a little bit light, a little bit light. There will be no iPhone slander. You know what? Hey, babe, can you time out Bird Lady Speaks for at least 20 minutes straight.
hey,
We know it will be iPhone slander throughout the show today.
yo, man, I can't figure out how to turn this damn air off, man. This is
Are
some
you
bull
cold?
crap.
What up, Aunt TJ? How you
Man, they
doing?
got the air conditioner on here.
Well, that's not my fault.
How the freak do you? This is
Okay,
some
so
bullshit.
we gotta work these things. I'm gonna see if
What's
I
your
can.
first one?
What?
What's your first conspiracy?
I'm about to play it right now, bro. Jesus Christ, how
God
many?
damn, hurry up, Negro.
He did type in the chat. I'm
Thank
looking at
you.
it. It says
Yep.
no,
Thank you. Apologize.
no. In the chat, it says no. It says L.A. Wilkes. The them. Oh,
Apologize.
now you see it. Now you see it.
Oh, that one popped up. That's what
She
she
said
get.
everything went too fast. That's a shock.
Ask, ask
Where
Kai that she get my
is?
message. I'm trying to get
Who?
a I'm trying to get a container with my name on it.
She said, "Did you get his message?" Uh, which one? She said she got to switch Instagrams. Black Dots already donating $5 to the show. I see you. I see you.
I wish somebody
Bird
donate to
lady,
my.
get up out of here. You trying? I'm telling you, it will be iPhone slander. We, you know, us truck people, we gotta have iPhone. We don't like iPhones except for this fake cop over here. You know, I gotta fix this real quick, and then we can get into the shizzo. So let me fix this on here. So it has to be on this one. All right, so let's. I want to be able to make this bigger, guys. I'm sorry if it's taking a little bit longer. You know, where's my face at? There's my pretty face. What is?
I ain't gonna tell you how the thermostat was on the wall. I'm slow. I'm a little slow. The thermostat was on the wall.
Well, we know. We just got you cops out here, bro. Think they know things around here.
We definitely need more education. You 100% right. But I'm retired now.
What up, Furious Styles? Anger Man sent me here for the first time. Well, thank you, man. Today's Conspiracy Theories Wednesday. This is what we do on Wednesday. Every Wednesday, we go over some conspiracy theories. Nothing like it's nothing, you know.
This show will be demonetized after this.
How will it be demonetized? Hey, Georgia Swan said $6 to keep Bird Lady. I wouldn't time out Bird Lady. She's a integral part of the show. Wrong about iPhones, but an integral part nonetheless. Now, if you wanted to get rid of L.A. Wilkes, phew, that's a thing right
How
there. We
much?
get
How much this sit me down?
$3 and some change.
Dang, you worse than CT. CT put a $50 bounty on my head. $3 for this one?
Yeah, this $3. We cheap over here. We cheap in the hood.
Dude, there's no matrix. Why are y'all stuck on this crap?
Listen, Just shut your mouth and watch the show. All right, here we go. This is gonna be the first light one. I don't know if it's gonna be. Matter of fact, I gotta turn something off before I get it started because it's gonna be a little echo. Let me get that going. Let me take that off. There we go. Right there. That's off.
What is
We're
wrong
good.
with you?
Everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look. This plane isn't moving.
Plane's not moving, sir.
It's not moving.
Plane is not moving, sir.
Is this the best you got?
But it sounds like
This the best you got?
Yo.
Which in the
Everybody
Matrix?
sees me walking.
Come on.
I'm walking.
You just explain that to me, sir. I just need you to explain it.
This the best you got?
Listen, that's the best I got for right now. I told you I'm gonna start off with something light. Didn't I say I'm gonna start with something light?
Stop, man. Stop.
Listen, I'm gonna need you to explain to me.
How do you know it was just going slow?
What do you mean? How do I know?
It was how you know it wasn't going slow?
No, he's on blacks. Oh yeah, you're on the wrong page. Remember? You're supposed to
You're on 16 different pages.
Well, okay. She said, "Get yourself on the right page." Who's up? Who? Oh,
I gotta type in the
what's up,
right page
Steven?
now.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
how's
got
it going?
All right. Can you explain to me what's going on with this damn plane not moving? Or is it you think it's moving that slow that it looks like it's not moving?
I just want to know why all these videos are
Mhm.
always shaky as fuck.
Well, she was walking. That's why she wanted to show herself walking. That's legitimate, man. That is. Let's watch it again. Look at her.
Look.
It's shake because she's walking.
This plane isn't moving.
Dude, this is so weak.
It's not moving.
Come on, bro. Come on.
You can hear the
Angle
plane.
But it sounds
going.
like it's moving.
Come on. Y'all ain't. You know what? I can't with you people.
That's
I
all you
can't
got?
with you people.
That's all you got?
That's what I got. That's what I got right now. You know what? I'm gonna bring up something that's. I want to get your.
That's the worst one, man. You.
I want to hear your. I want to hear your analysis behind this one right here. This is The Rock saying some more crazy stuff. Right?
I eat children.
What?
How old are you?
They joking about this. They joke about this.
Oh, okay.
Hollywood.
Only to 10.
They joke about this.
Children and pineapple.
What do you think about that?
You know what? You need to really find new content. This is terrible, dog. You really going at the bottom of the barrel. This is how you know you reaching at the bottom of the barrel, dude. People play like that all the time. Are you serious?
Do you say you eat children?
No, because I'm not weird, but you always hear old people say that. Let me eat your feet. He's a weirdo.
But the child was over 10.
And he said he don't eat people under 10.
Oh my God. Look at you.
It was a joke. It was a stupid joke. But
so you think it was a joke?
I know it was a joke.
What do you think, Steven? Do you think these people are just weird and they drinking baby's blood? At least that's what they be talking about.
I feel like he's joking because he can be kind of sarcastic.
Yeah, he's just reaching for stuff, man. This is terrible. Come on, man, come better. You had 2 of them. You 0 for 2.
All right, this is
government conspiracy theories that ended up being true.
It's true.
Conspiracy number 1. In 1953, the U.S. government started Project Sunshine. It was kept secret until about 1956 when people started finding out what was going on. The project was started to measure the devastation that nuclear fallout would do on the human tissue and bones of the dead. The conspiracy theory was that the government was stealing dead bodies to actually do this research. The truth is the government was stealing bodies, and to make it worse, it was stealing babies and infants without letting the families know that were grieving as these children were dead, the government was taking their limbs. They stole more than 1,500 bodies. But of course, nothing was ever done about it because it's the government. Let me know in the comments what you think about this.
What do you think about that?
I think you 0 for 3. I think you're just doing the dumbest
know what?
conspiracy you can find to piss me off.
But these are conspiracies that end up being true, though. So you can't say it's not like it's.
But it's
like
not a conspiracy, then, is it?
But ain't every conspiracy something that's has a little bit of truth to it?
No.
No.
No, your flat Earth theory is not something that has any truth.
Oh my gosh! Now you
So
know
that was saying. So that video was saying that the government was stealing dead bodies.
Yes, that's weird, isn't it? But it was told to be true, said to be true.
But what if the families had volunteered the bodies for medical research?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. They didn't dive deep into that like that. That's weird. That's a weird one. That's All right.
Dude,
You
you
got a
striking out.
conspiracy theory there, Steven, for me?
I do, but I can't really think of one right now.
Okay. What about you there, big head?
No, because I'm not a conspiracy theorist.
You're not a conspiracy theorist?
No. I
Let's
know most
not
people
start
are.
with the flat Earth. What? You know what, Bird Lady? We can never end on flat Earth. Oh, this is.
You know what you did? You should have waited for that today.
Watch where you walking, nigga. Hey, what you say, nigga?
Watch closely. You're about to experience a nigga moment. Webster defines the nigga moment as a moment when ignorance overwhelms the mind of an otherwise logical Negro male.
What did you say, bitch, nigga? Hey, squeeze it, nigga.
Causing him to act in an illogical, self-destructive manner, i.e., like a nigga. Nigga moments are unpredictable.
Hey, wait, man, wait. This is stupid. Hey, you right, dawg. Look, let's put the guns away and go on about our business. Freeze!
But they all end up bad.
That show was so classic. I don't care no one
Yeah, that episode was. We're illuminated that. I'm pretty sure he got his 72 theories.
Yeah, he does.
You should have did the balloon one for the day, man. That would have been a good one.
Oh, the rant. We're. You know what? I was gonna do it, but I was gonna wait for Illuminate to show up on that one.
Like, have y'all not noticed we're only thriving based off of white people? Our direct source of success stems from some white person handing you some money
What
in return for your labor.
I don't even know where it came from.
To build their empire even higher.
I'm pretty sure he's high as fuck.
Well, I'm a worker making hourly wage. I had to deal with.
My dad always said you can't trust a fast talking Negro, and you can't talk a Negro that you never trust somebody who whisper when they talk.
This is part 6 of things from an 80s child.
Oh, okay. So this is not a conspiracy theory. This is just something that's really true. And if you lived in the 80s and the early 90s, this is 100% true.
Childhood that were actually awful. Number 1 were these serrated metal bike pedals, or as we called them, the spinning calf flesh extractor 3000. No pain in the world compared to that time. You're pedaling as fast as you can because you had a 2-bike lead with only 20 feet left in the race over the neighborhood champ 2-wheel Tony, only to have your foot slip off and this medieval metal monster whip around at the speed of sound and embed itself in the back of your hairless adolescent leg. Using actual bear traps as pedals would have probably been less of a health risk. Number 2 was the strawberry shortcake doll. Now I know what you're thinking, what problem could you possibly have, Chris, with this adorable fruit-themed child's doll? Well, I'll tell you, I have no idea what chemical compound they used to spray the strawberry shortcake smell in this doll. But in my 46 years of life, this nose has never come across anything even remotely as exquisite. And you will never feel shame like I did when my older brother found me under the covers huffing on one of these like some sort of sexual deviant who finally had the chance to nab his favorite lady's undergarments at the laundromat. And number 3 are lawn darts. Oh, look at that. What a lovely day outside. Why don't you kids divide into 2 groups, stand 20 feet apart, and hurl these giant metal-tipped darts at each other's faces? What could possibly go wrong? Well, there was that one time Timmy's little brother Rick, who'd been known to set things on fire, gathered up all the darts at once, threw them all into the air. He screamed out mortar attack, climbed under a picnic table, and watched the carnage unfold. We lost some good kids on that day.
I'm just saying. Did you have any of those?
The bike.
Yeah, the bike.
That bike was a bitch. I don't know who came up with that idea. Are the pedals still like that?
They are, but they're plastic.
Yeah, they're plastic now.
They're plastic and they're not as sharp as it. They're not even close to sharp at all. They're just hard plastic. We had a horrible childhood, bro. I can remember on plenty of times where I got in the back of my calf. Where are you going? Oh.
You remember the all metal slide on the playground?
Oh my
The Bible for all of you who don't.
Say it again.
The all metal slide on the playground.
Oh my God, where it's 110 degrees, where it's damn metal slide is like 3,000 degrees.
We used to throw sand on it to cool it off.
And it seemed like it was never ever lubricated, so you could actually slide. So you stop halfway down.
Yep.
You gotta stop halfway down.
Get up and run. Yeah, that was.
You get your dumb ass off the slide. I don't know who came up with that idea.
The hell am I getting these things from, dude? I got so much crap in my damn thing. This is ridiculous. What is this? What is this you say? Oh,
thank you, madam.
You don't want to hear that.
I definitely do. Anytime two white people arguing, bring it on.
Okay.
Chair, Commissioner Gramaglia, looking at your presented statement, sir. Say you support confiscating guns from individuals determined to be a threat to themselves or others. Determined to be. So by this legislation, my colleagues are putting forth my understanding of the letter of that law, which I 1,000% oppose, as would our founding fathers. The letter of that law says an anonymous tip from a citizen. So if this was law, Commissioner, would you go to your neighbor's home and confiscate his legally owned weapons, a man that was not under criminal investigation nor under arrest? Would you do it?
The red flag laws would.
That's a yes or no, brother. I got 5 minutes to make an hour-and-a-half statement here.
It's more than a yes or no answer.
We'll move on then. If you cannot say yes, you would confiscate weapons from an American citizen that was subject to this law that my colleagues intend to push through this Congress, then you said in your statement that you would confiscate those weapons if an American was determined to be, your quote, a threat to themselves or others. According to that law, determined to be is defined by an anonymous tip. That an American citizen, a threat to themselves.
Anonymous tip.
You're a police commissioner, a thin blue line brother, sworn to uphold the Constitution, and you're saying you'd seize those weapons. I see that as a problem. I'm going to bring us back in time to World War II. America's population, 140 million. 15 million American men came home from World War II with deep scars and significant skills. They bore the invisible wounds of war.
That's a good one, bro.
There was weapons everywhere.
I'm going to look someone up.
We'll talk about mental challenge. My father was one of those men who was a Navy pilot in World War II. He came back from the war and built his family. I'm the seventh of his 8 children. I was born in 1961. We had guns everywhere. There was virtually no regulation. Any child in the 50s could buy a weapon from any seller if daddy sent them with the money. We didn't have mass shootings. It wasn't until 1968 in America that serial numbers were even required on weapons sold in this country. You order weapons through the Sears catalog by the mail.
By the mail.
In the 70s, I attended a high school, large rural school. Virtually every vehicle in the parking lot was a pickup truck, and almost every one had a rifle or a shotgun on the back glass and a pistol under the seat. We didn't have school shootings. 1979, I began college.
Who's Clay Higgins district?
One of the jobs I had to work my way through college was as a carpenter. We restored historical buildings. We had to determine in the process of that work what was the original cuts of these homes, residential homes built 75.
You're talking too much, bro.
What the hell is he talking about?
He's talking about Second Amendment. They're trying to do
Yeah, I
red flag
understand that. But
laws.
what they got to do with him working on houses?
I don't know.
I get what he's saying. But
how can the federal income tax be voluntary?
Oh my God.
Contrary to popular belief, participation in the U.S. federal income tax scheme is voluntary to a vast majority of Americans.
Okay, so
it's dangerous, man. You gonna have people get locked up. This is how Wesley Snipes got locked up. You cannot avoid paying taxes. Why don't you Negroes just go ahead and admit it?
Taxation is theft.
I understand. Stop paying them and see what happens.
I can stop paying them anytime I want. I don't have to pay taxes.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, I don't. Okay. All I gotta do is fully retire. I won't have to pay a dime in taxes.
Okay. Well, next time you go to the store, tell them you're not paying any income taxes.
Oh, that's federal tax. I mean, that's whatever it is. Whatever. Well, in Florida, yeah, state taxes. In Florida, don't have state taxes, so you know.
What about your taxes for your homes?
I am tax exempt. Keep coming.
Go ahead, just be bull crap. So you don't pay any taxes at all?
No, I pay taxes all the time. I pay taxes on food and whatever else they make us pay taxes for.
But you telling me if you want to get out of paying taxes, you can?
Yeah.
No taxes at all, ever?
Not a damn dime if I don't want to. Besides purchases, that of course, because we're gonna have a purchase tax, a sales tax.
This is why people get locked up. This is why people get locked up. Listening to you.
They ain't listening to me. I didn't say anything. All I said was taxation is theft.
Yeah, but then they go to court and then they be like, I ain't gotta pay taxes. Uncle Tom told me he showed me the way to do it. And then that's when you can bring the handcuffs.
Well, you know what? We'll skip it for you because you cry baby. I'm done with you.
Play it. I'm just telling you, don't take this as advice from people.
How can the federal income tax be voluntary?
A person can take it for whatever they want. It doesn't mean that I'm telling you to do it. I just put out information and you decide what you want. Oh, this religion one was really weird, but I don't want to play that today. But yeah, we can go with taxation.
Contrary to popular belief, participation in the U.S. federal income tax scheme is voluntary to a vast majority of Americans. It's basically an accepted custom that most Americans never think to even ask basic questions about, especially in regard to the jurisdiction to which the federal income tax scheme is only directed.
I'm sick of that one. Oh, it took down my boy's page.
As a result of the 16th Amendment. Here's a brief clip of then IRS Commissioner Stephen Miller, who makes a clear admission during a congressional hearing back in 2013.
Listen to this.
We have to maintain confidence in the system because it's a voluntary system of payment of our taxes. Agreed.
This mirrors the sworn testimony provided by Dwight Avis in 1953, when the IRS chief stated to the House Ways and Means Committee that the income tax was 100% voluntary and the liquor tax was 100% enforced. It may come as a shock to many Americans who have difficulty grasping the concept that the federal income tax is both voluntary and mandatory. The federal income tax is voluntary.
Yo, I'm not gonna play this. This is boring.
I'm retired, Miss Sandra.
You know, did you get your paperwork yet?
No, so I'm not retired.
Not yet. You're not retired yet. You're close.
Close to it. I'm almost at the end.
Did they say they were gonna come up with something yet?
No.
Mr. Black Sheep then came up. What's going on, good sir?
Thank you for using my pronouns, Uncle Tom. I'm just here to promote my OnlyFans and just say City Boys are up this year, all year 2023. We out here.
We out here.
We out here. We out here. How's it going, everybody?
Oh, we're talking about the ice wall. You want to talk about the ice wall, sir? I'm always good for some ice wall talk.
Sure, why not?
We started to fall in frequency during World War One. We started to fall in frequency during World War One. Check it. You gotta watch that video to understand this one. I'm sure if you're in a spiritual journey, you ran across this before. Find out that we actually have more land, and obviously we see we're in the middle.
You gotta do some type of retard,
which is Antarctica. But y'all,
what'd you say?
You got to be a certain type of retard to believe it's an ice wall
We
out there
started to
with
fall.
elevator behind
Man,
it.
We
I'm gonna
started
need
to
you to
fall in
stop. I'm gonna need
frequency
you to stop.
during.
I gotta figure out how to say finish myself on my.
You got to
Hold
be
on.
a certain type of stupid to believe this. It takes a special type of stupid person to believe this crap.
Why do you listen? I'm gonna need you to stop calling us stupid because there's people like me who believe this. Okay.
It takes a special type of stupid, boy. So y'all believe it's an ice wall at the edge of the earth, and at the edge of the past the edge of the earth is more land.
Listen, I need you to knock
We
it off.
started to fall in frequency during World War One.
Just listen
You
to
gotta
me.
watch that video to understand this one. I'm sure if you're in spiritual journey, you ran across this before. Find out that we actually have more land. And obviously we see we're in the middle with the ice walls around us, which is Antarctica. But y'all remember when I told y'all we live in the abyss, right? Which is the eye horse, which is the same map that I have in my pent videos. That black hole is where we live at. We are not in heaven. We are in their territory. When they invade us, we start to fall in frequency into this black hole. This is how they're able to alter our realities and control us. Like we are literally prisoners, and most people don't even know it. We started to.
What do you think about the frequencies? See, that one was weirder than I ever heard before. That was a new one for me. That's a new one for me. So what do you?
Stupid.
Come on, bro.
There's a certain type of retard to believe this shit. You gotta be as stupid. He said.
Do you believe Atlantis is in the Saharan Desert?
Yes.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
You really believe that?
Mm-hmm.
How stupid does that sound?
No, we don't.
I do.
Well, you know what?
There's a location in the Western Sahara Desert of Mauritania called the Rishat structure. It's also commonly referred to as the Eye of the Sahara. What's so spectacular about this is that it just so happens to match more than a dozen striking similarities to what Plato had described as the lost ancient capital city of Atlantis, which was said to be made up of concentric circles, 3 of water, 2 of land, which matches the Rishat structure. It also is said to have an opening to the sea at the south, and if you look at it from satellite imagery, you can clearly see that water had ran through it. Furthermore, it was said to have mountains to the north, and you just so happen to have mountains called the Atlas mountain chain, which Atlas was said to be the very first king of Atlantis. There's a
So it don't sound plausible?
No.
Why doesn't it?
I mean, just because you look from an image from the so-called, sky, because I don't even believe there's satellites out there personally. So it's funny, every time they take a picture of Earth, there's no satellites in that.
How are they taking a picture all the time?
I don't know. They said we're supposed to be gone to space
with the satellite.
Okay, but there's supposed to be thousands of satellites, right? If there's thousands of satellites, don't you think we ought to get a picture of at least one?
Okay.
Not necessarily.
What? Okay,
like, there's satellites at different heights above the gravitational pull of the Earth. Right. So GPS satellites are closer. That's how those work. They're closer.
So you won't see them.
You could. Like you can see the International Space Station with the.
Do you believe that's a place? Do you believe that's a space station? Do you really believe that?
Yes.
I once believed a stripper loved me, but that's the thing too.
Why would they spend billions of dollars just to fool people for what? Like, what would be the point of it?
I mean, your guess is as good as mine. You're a non-conspiracy theorist.
I mean, you just like that makes zero sense. Like, I don't understand how you don't believe. So you don't think it's a space at all?
Do I believe there's space at all? Yeah, I believe in space.
What was that? What was that about?
So I don't believe we've gone into space. I don't believe we've gone into space. No, I believe we've gone to lower orbit, where the International Space Station is supposed to be at. That's why you should be able to see it, because it's in lower orbit. It's not actually in space.
So
well, you can see it. You can see it through a telescope at certain points.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's in lower orbit. It's not actually in space. I don't think we're actually in space. I just think we're in lower orbit of Earth.
What's the lower orbit? What does that
I can't
consist of?
remember all that stupid ass shit, man. It's been so long since I read on that crap.
I think it's around the
It's right before the
stratosphere.
Orion. What is it? Not Orion's belt. What is it called? The damn little asteroid shit. Not asteroid. What is it? God dang it! And I know this too. Draw a blank.
You work at NASA, so you should.
You should. Like
Oh,
fuck.
no
You're
one-
doing the American education system a disservice, sir.
Listen, just because you work somewhere don't mean you believe everything that goes on in
If they
there.
knew that you ain't believe in space, they'd get rid of your ass. I don't understand this one.
Uncle Tom, do you know how big space is? I do not know how big space is. I don't think anyone can measure space.
They say
Because
it's infinite.
yeah, if it's infinite, then how can someone measure it? So I mean, we have a lot of smart white people that think they know everything. So that's a problem.
Yeah, but I don't understand how. Can you Google satellites orbiting Earth and see what pops up?
Oh,
And
I
you don't
sure
understand.
can.
Yeah, there's a couple apps you can get on your iPhone, and they track the satellites and shit. But also, they track the
So you
celestial
think all
stars.
this is just made up, huh?
Me personally, are you
Yes,
asking
sir.
me?
Yes, sir.
Sure. I don't believe it. I believe in GPS satellites. I don't believe it because there's not one picture that's been floating around where you see an actual. You know what? You know what's even funnier? If we have so many, we done had so many space, so called flights into space to launch these stupid ass satellites. I, you know, I've never seen none of these videos that these so called rockets have passed by. Not one have they passed by one satellite.
What you mean? Can you see it go that high?
Yeah, yeah. Supposedly, yeah.
Uncle Tom, do you follow NASA's YouTube channel?
Hell no.
It's
Hell
a
no.
valid question. If you work for them, I would assume that you
Why would I
would
listen? They send
support
that
their
stuff to us
social media.
every day, right? They send it to us every day, and every day I do not look at it. I'm like, why? What is the point?
They send you links to their YouTube shit.
Yeah,
No shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Somebody's getting paid to do it, I guess.
Somebody, but I mean, it is what it is.
I just don't
I
see
had a
how would you
video of. I gotta find it, man. Nope, that's not it. Stop it. Stop it. That's not it. Those were the Negro moments.
I just don't see the point of somebody spending billions of dollars just to fool other people. Like, what would be the purpose of it?
Hopefully, y'all can hear me over
hear you.
Gandalf over here snoring. But I have gotten fascinated with these whirlpools. As I think a lot of us have.
So, do you believe in this? These
A
whirlpools?
whirlpool?
Yes.
Yes.
These
Yes.
things go on for miles, right? Like some of them are like 131 miles. I want to see one. I actually want to go inside one. Actually,
Are they that deep?
I don't know how deep they are. That's why I want to go inside one. That's how fascinated I am with them. I want to just take a nice little dive in one and see what happens.
How are those created?
I don't know. You would think they're going to somewhere because think about these vortexes inside of a bottle or something. Where do they go?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about this?
What?
You don't believe in Earth being real. You don't
No.
believe in space. But you believe
It's a
in
toss up.
But you believe in a swirl that you can go down and possibly go to another place, another dimension. Because that's what you're saying right now.
I don't know if it's another dimension. I just want to see how far I get shot down. Because once you're in that vortex, it's just going to keep you in there until you get spit out somewhere.
Yeah, at the bottom of the ocean. What are you talking about?
Well, sure. That doesn't mean you're going to go exactly to the bottom of the ocean. That just means you're going to, wherever it decides to spit you out, that's where you're going to be.
But doesn't it stay
I
in the
want to be
same
able
spot?
to take a mask and go in one. I like Mayo because Mayo got some, you're not contributing to this conversation, sir.
You're right. This is so silly. Go ahead.
You don't want to listen. The reason I believe in vortex is because this is something I can actually see, I can touch, I can get into. I can't get into space unless I, be in a secret society, do the 4-letter spring handshake and all that shit. I can see this. I can touch it.
You can drown in it. You can drown.
Yeah, see, that's nothing. I can drown in that. Now in space, you know what? Have you ever seen a spacewalk before?
On TV, yes.
Everyone's seen spacewalks before. You know, most of these spacewalks are done where?
In space.
In water.
Well, yeah, that's where they practice this.
That's where they practice them.
Get the Y'all believe that they're doing space? Oh, I forgot. Y'all believe that we touched the moon.
Didn't NASA build like 150-foot deep pool somewhere to practice spacewalks?
Hey, there's Double Brewski. What's going on? So you believe that they're actually doing spacewalks in space?
Yeah.
Y'all are bright.
What would be the point of lying? I just don't. You still never answered that question. What would be the point of making?
I don't think he has a definitive
listen,
answer
because they lie about everything.
You still not answering the question, Roland Martin. What would be the point of them lying?
To continue to get more money from stupid people like us, who are the people of America, not only just America, but throughout the other countries as well. They have a space explorations type agency.
How many whistleblowers?
It's just a way. It's a way to funnel money. That's what I think. I think it's a big waste to funnel. Big way to funnel money.
Yeah, but what you had whistleblowers telling you this is going on, this inside.
Well, there has been whistleblowers. They end up dead somehow.
I mean, you can't kill Russia or
That's part of it. But here's the thing: with Russia, they're part of they're part of this crap.
But wouldn't you think that they would have a greater value in disproving any American narrative?
That's just okay. That's the same way as saying that everyone in the world side, not everyone in the world, but the major places in the world side this treaty to stay out of Antarctica. I mean, come on now. When have you seen world peace that good that we all can say no one's going to go to Antarctica unless you're invited?
Yeah, but why would you go to Antarctica? There's nothing there. Like your point
in the 1950s.
There's definitely people there in Antarctica. There's like
but they're so-called researchers.
But
they have coffee shops and shit. Why do they have coffee shops in Antarctica?
Show me.
So people can buy shit and
pull up coffee shops in Antarctica right now. Pull it up.
You telling me they don't have coffee shops in Antarctica?
Dude, just I want to see it for myself.
All right. Well, first let's watch this whirlpool first, and then we can go. Then I can look.
Hold on, before you hit play, let me guess what it's going to do. It's going to spin around the
channel. So of course I go.
Oh shit!
Diving deep into the rabbit hole, and what did I find? I found what they know of now is the biggest whirlpool, aka vortex, in the world. Okay, it's called the Great Whirl. All right, and it starts in April. Is it in April? Yeah, it starts in April, and it's off the coast of Somalia, which is in Africa. It lasts about 200 days. All right, and is linked with the monsoon that drives India's rainy season. All right. Now we're gonna get
something believable. They have evidence to see this. You know, they don't really have evidence. They have supposed evidence in space.
This vortex can be as broad as 500 kilometers wide. Quick math. That is 310 miles.
Do you really think this nigga really did some quick math?
No, not even close.
Wide.
That's a conspiracy right
there. Making it wider than the Grand Canyon is long. And then another thing they discovered is these whirlpools and vortexes, they grow. And since they found this one and started doing readings and keeping up with it, in the 23 years that they've been keeping this readings. It has now grown to 275,000 square kilometers, which quick math is about 170,000 square miles. That's what this vortex encompasses. Oh,
Wait,
there are
what?
coffee shops. I was just about to bring that up because someone doesn't believe that there's coffee shops in Antarctica, but for the lame brains in the goddamn panel who think I'm crazy, I'm not crazy. Not
You
crazy.
can actually take vacations to Antarctica.
No, you can only take the tip. That's not really Antarctica. That's South America.
Let me guess. Let me do the quick math like he did.
Quick math. Look. Coffee House AFF or FR, whatever the hell that is. Look at this coffee shops. Don't that look important? This is insane.
How many they got?
I don't know.
But once again, that's just like a boutique place where rich people just want to go to say they went to Antarctica and stayed in like an ice castle. That was the same thing in the James Bond movie.
So in other words, like I said, the tip of Antarctica. They're not going past a certain spot. Why is that? That's what I don't understand. And why can't we just fly over it so we can see? Why is it so secretive?
So nobody ever flew over Antarctica ever.
I don't know. You tell me. Why would they fly over Antarctica, sir?
Don't they have to get to
fly over
somewhere?
Antarctica? Huh?
Wouldn't you have to go somewhere, get somewhere? Don't you have to fly over Antarctica to get to one place or another country?
No.
So it's nothing.
That's the North Pole, or the whatever's up in the north.
So you don't believe there's a North Pole?
Yes.
Okay. What is North Pole called there, sir?
The North
Not
Pole.
called Antarctica.
Pull up the map.
Or is it? Or is it? Is it called Antarctica?
No, Antarctica's in the south.
Okay. See, I believe in, we're surrounded by Antarctica.
That's because you're a troll.
I'm not. I'm not a troll. I'm dead
So
ass
you
serious.
think the Earth is encompassed by a wall of ice?
Yes, I do.
That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, why? What?
Can you disprove it though?
Can you prove it?
I know. That's why I said I can believe what I want because no one can prove it. Me wrong. You can't prove me wrong.
You can if you go over a plane. I'm pretty sure you can.
Well, they won't let you to go there, so I guess we'll never find out. It's kind of like, guess what? Space. You see that shit? Do you see that? Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Let me share my screen.
So nobody think you can fly past Antarctica here?
They have. Commercial airplanes have flown over Antarctica.
I'm sitting here thinking like, God,
when?
What are you talking about?
What's the name of it? What flight? Exactly. You lying motherfuckers.
Air Force does it. I think the Air Force does it actually.
Oh, you mean they're invited to do it because they're the secretive people? Jesus Christ!
Well,
like we vote for air traffic control.
All right. So I want y'all to get in a plane, or get us a plane so we can fly over Antarctica, right? And then we can tell people that we flew over it. Matter of fact, we can do a whole documentary on us flying over Antarctica, where the secrets are.
Hold on. You mind looking up a video on YouTube?
Sure, I will look it up. This is the fanfare day where we can just look up anything that has anything to do with any kind of conspiracy. What's going on? What are we looking at?
Look up 7-4 gear flat Earth conspiracies.
7-4 gear. All right.
Flat Earth.
Is he trying to debunk it? Is he a debunker?
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
What about proving the Earth is flat? How about this? This one or this one?
I can't see your screen.
Oh shit!
That's what she said.
It says 100 million 1.5 million challenge to prove the Earth is flat. Is that what the one we're trying to talk about?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, you know what? Can you prove it's not? See, that's the thing we keep ruling out. How? Explain how you're gonna prove it's flat, sir.
Because there was a couple of pilots who flew around the world.
What were their names?
Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay, so we are recording this one. Okay, let's go to this 150. Which one? Prove it. He got one that says proving the world is flat and one that's not.
I'm about to look up flights that flew over Antarctica because this seems like it's completely wrong. There's no way a flight never flew over Antarctica. I can't believe that.
A commercial flight?
Any flight. It's wild.
Flight that's considered impossible by some people, and that's this flight here, Buenos Aires to Perth. But I'm going to charter a plane and fly some of you there. I'll explain it all.
Hold on, wait. He even gave his flight path. Look at his flight path. Hold on, we're gonna do this slowly. His flight path is right there. No, I don't believe this guy. I think he's a fucking crock. Let's go. Let's see it.
Buenos Aires to Perth. But I'm going to charter a plane and fly some of you there. I'll explain it all. Coming up. Hey 7-4 crew, welcome back. If you don't know me, my name's Kelsey. I'm a 747 pilot. My channel, 74 Gear, is all about aviation. Now, apparently, some people in the Flat Earth community are not a big fan of my channel. They've called me a fraud, among other mean things.
I call you a fraud, too. I'm weird. Is that the correct one? That looks weird.
Okay, so it says because it says visibility and weather conditions make it extremely difficult to fly. But they have done it before.
Okay. All right. I'm happy for you, good sir. You know. Let me make this smaller because it's giving off pedo vibes for me, bro. All right, here we go. Let's get this together. All right. Are you ready, sir, for your debunking?
And you know I'm super sensitive, so it's time for flat earthers to put their money where their mouth is. In 2021, I made a very simple video offering how flat earthers could prove the earth was flat or not without doing crazy laser science experiments. And that was made for everyday people who aren't scientists or engineers, something that anybody can prove for themselves whether the earth is flat or not. Charter a plane.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Look at this guy's fucking face. You think he's telling the truth? Do you think listen, I don't give a fuck about being a pilot. Look at the way he looks. That looks like a dead man. Okay.
You so funny, dog, because we had baby Hitler that last week that was telling us the earth was flat and you was all up on him.
No, look at his listen, I can't believe someone that don't got no hairline. I just can't do it, dude. He's not believable. He looks like Skeletor.
Isn't he a pilot?
Listen, he looks like Skeletor, okay?
Is he not a pilot?
Listen, I'll hear him out.
Fly from Argentina down to Australia, and then they can see that we took off, turned south, and that would be it. Seems pretty simple and easy, right? But some people have written me saying I'm not keeping my promises of the challenge to fly them around the world.
Oh, you said you'd be pilot, and you said if we chose your company, but you won't even tell us who his company is. So this is the kind of thing, this is why I said, hold these people's feet to the fire.
But I wanted them to organize the trip, not me. Listen to what I said. Let's get a bunch of flat earthers together.
Wait a minute. You know what? Let's hear him out. Oh, shit, my bad. I'm sick of this dude already.
You can sell some tickets. Hey, you can even make some profit on it. It doesn't really matter to me, but you can charter this aircraft and go anywhere you want to go. I didn't say I wanted to organize your trip. I said you could organize a trip. You could sell tickets. You could make a profit. I didn't say, oh, let me organize your vacation, because I'm not a travel planner. I'm a pilot. And essentially what that means is when I go to work, I show up to my plane, everything's been fixed, the flight plan has been worked out for me. I show up, walk on the plane, verify that everything on the plane is safe, that we have all the documents that we need, and then I safely fly that plane from one place to another place. That's all I do. Not involved in tickets, selling stuff, handling bags, fueling up the aircraft, none of those things. And I'm not involved in organizing other people's travel plans. And that's why I said you could organize the flight. But apparently that message got lost, and they heard me saying, oh, let me organize your flight. I want to plan it all for you, and I'll fly the plane for you. That's what they heard.
Will you take Bob?
Flat Earth community.
Okay, what I heard is a whole bunch of fluff, right? He's saying he can't do it. He's blaming it that this is what I hear. I'm not going to organize anything for you because I can't do it. That's what I hear. That's what I hear.
Why don't you call Bob?
Pan Am Flight 50, 1977.
That was 19 what?
Hold on.
77.
I don't believe it. You got proof he did it? They did it.
What? How you don't have proof that they didn't do it though?
I don't know. Because people lie.
All right, well, ask Bob if you can fly over Antarctica.
So they faked documents from 1977 to put on today's internet.
Yes, they faked a lot of things, like the dinosaurs are real. So,
but why would they do that, dude?
I mean, come on, let's be really serious here. Come on now. Where is Bob? You know what? I'm gonna call Bob. Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's charging.
Bob, because this makes zero sense. I don't understand why you fighting this battle. Like, this is a battle you clearly losing, but you.
I'm not losing the battle because I don't see no data. Listen, where it's at?
Where's what at?
Who's texting me?
They just told you a flight that flew over there, and this pilot, who's clearly a pilot, because he got the dumbass tassels on, told you that he can do it, but you still don't want to believe.
He ain't doing it. He ain't doing it. Why ain't do it? Why would you put up a challenge? Hold on. Why would you put up a challenge, right? If you can't do it.
Let me ask you a question. Do cops make laws?
No. Well, yes, they can.
No.
ATF does.
You know,
ATF does.
You just
ATF does.
Do we enforce them?
ATF does.
ATF doesn't make laws. Do we make laws?
Obviously, they can. They made a rule that became law.
Make rules, but do we make laws or do we enforce them? Yes or no?
Well, you obviously enforce rules and policies as well.
All right. So my question is this: do pilots make flight plans, or they just fly?
Yes, I've seen pilots make flight plans. Yes. Matter of fact, they got to put in coordinates. So yes, they have to draw their flight plan up. Yes,
they make the route.
They do.
They make the route.
Yeah, they make the route. Yes, they do.
Please show me.
Where's Bob at? Black Sheep, ain't you going to be a pilot? You should know this answer. Don't pilots draw up their coordinates and shit where they're gonna go and put it in? Just say yes.
No,
you know the answer is yes.
Not really. No.
No, you don't. Oh, you're full of shit. He's full of shit.
What's the question? You asked me if pilots pull up coordinates to tell other people.
No. I'm saying it. If you're gonna make a flight, say you're going to Dallas, right?
Okay.
Does a plane automatically do what it said? Do what it's supposed to do by itself?
Yo, no. Hold on, don't answer that, Black Sheep, because he trying to
fly a course. Who plots that course?
Dude, no, hold up, don't answer that, because he know what he's
doing. Who plots the course?
No. You being tricky with your words, sir. And
I'm not being tricky.
Who makes the flight routes Black Sheep? Because this bastard trying to be slick.
For commercial pilots, they have a flight coordinator that they do.
Thank you.
Who plots the fucking course?
The company does, because they have to. If you fly through certain airspaces, they're going to charge you for flying over that airspaces. So the company, plots a course to go around certain countries or through other countries, and not.
No, they give you the coordinates, right?
You just don't.
No, they don't give you the coordinates.
A modern pilot today types in his destination in the FMS. That's the flight management system.
I know.
Yo, Mayo, but did you hear the way he tried to ask the question like somebody was going to miss that?
Oh yeah.
Like he really
Listen.
thought he was slick.
Apparently, I didn't catch it. So if you wouldn't mind filling me in on what I missed.
So basically, he was trying to ask you, do pilots get to choose their own flight plans or paths? But he wanted to do it like in a little
do.
twisted way.
Well,
They
private
do.
pilots do, but corporate or commercial
Bam.
pilots
See,
don't.
that's it. What did he say? Say it again.
Private pilots do.
Okay, so
But do
so
they
in
have
other
to
words, I
worry
was
about
right.
going over certain
They
territory?
just can't
Come on.
fly wherever they want to though.
Listen,
No,
hold
they
up.
can't
Whoa,
fly
whoa,
wherever they
whoa.
want
I
to.
thought they could fly anywhere they want to because this dumbass pilot says,
Well, you can't-
you
you can't-
charter the plane and you decide you can do it. You can. Ain't that what he said?
No, what he
Yeah.
said
what he
was
said?
what he said was you charter the plane and you make the flight path for me to do it.
No, actually, just go back to the first video that he's referencing. He actually breaks it down a bit better. This is a reaction to their fucking bullshit.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll go to this one. Jesus Christ. This guy is something else. This guy is something else. I don't like this guy.
I have
I
a
don't know why
way
you
to
went down
once and
this
for all
road.
prove whether the Earth is flat or not. I'll explain it all. Coming up.
How do you believe this guy? What makes him so credible?
Hey, 7-4 crew.
He's
What
a
makes
747
just because
pilot.
he is a pilot does not make him smart enough to prove that the Earth is flat.
But
And
you
just
proving
because
you
you're
can
on
fly over
YouTube
Antarctica.
doesn't mean you're smart enough to prove it's not.
What the hell are we talking about?
Listen, the Earth is flat. You can't prove any otherwise. Because there's places
Well,
you
you
cannot
could.
go. Why is there places you can't go on Earth? Why is that? Explain it
Says who? Says who?
says governments.
Are you referring to
I'm referring to
prohibited
different
airspace?
governments say you cannot fly in their airspace, and then if you can't even fly, I can't even fly into Antarctica to see what I want to. I
Well,
can't
you
even
can't-
boat into Antarctica anywhere I
You
want
can't
to.
fly
Why?
over
Why is
Washington D.C., but that doesn't mean
okay?
it's
But yeah,
not
okay.
there.
But why is it that I cannot go into Antarctica and travel and just do my own analysis?
Because you might
What
get shot
analysis are you
down.
trying to do?
Because I might get. Why would I get? No. Let's say I take a boat into it. You know what? Fuck you. You ain't shit. Nigga, you ain't shit. For Uncle Tom dumb. This is not dumb. This is intelligent. Oh my god.
Thank you,
The
Bob.
Earth is not flat, guys. Bob, the Earth. Thank you for your $2, and thank you, LA Wilkes, for your $10 ball. The Earth is still flat, and this is not dumb because there's questions that I want answers, and all I need is a simple answer. If I boat into Antarctica, right? I take my own risk. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah,
Well,
but
you
how
do
are you
that
going to
flying
prove
anyway.
If I'm taking my own risk, I should be able to explore anywhere I want to. Why
But if
can't
you
I?
walked across Antarctica
No.
before,
For
Why?
national
What do you
security
mean, no?
purposes. For
Why?
national security purposes, there are places
National
where you
security
cannot
purposes of who? What? What is the
Hold up.
national security purposes of Antarctica
Area-
if
Hold up.
there's barely anyone there?
hold up, a guy hiked across Antarctica before. We can look that up. He was on Joe Rogan.
You
He
can
hiked
go to
across there.
Antarctica if you want to.
You cannot go all the way
You
into
can.
Antarctica. You
You
can
just
go
gotta
to the
get special
northern
permission.
tip of Antarctica,
Can.
where it's
Hold
on,
closer
I'ma tell
to
you
South
what the-
America. That's not going through. Listen, if I want to explore Antarctica, am I able to do it?
Yes.
Yes.
How?
You got to get permission from the government.
You don't necessarily need permission from the government.
But listen, the
Yes,
reason
you
why
do.
the reason why they don't want you,
You
to
have.
do it
Matter
is
of fact, you have to be invited.
But listen, the reason why they don't want you to do it is because they say it's one of the few places left that's untouched by humans and it's still
Who the
pure.
fuck cares if I'm taking on my own?
No, but they don't want
responsibilities.
They don't want you Negroes' carbon footprint there. They don't want you fucking up.
But
the place
they're there
every-
though. But they're there. Why are they
But
there?
no, hold up, because every time you niggas go somewhere, y'all fuck up a place. So I don't blame them for don't want to.
Why is the government's there?
No government is there.
What are you talking about?
You did say that, Uncle Tom. You did say that they're not government officials; they're researchers.
Well, they're still part of a government, right? Because
Come
they're
on,
getting
you
a government
changing
check.
the whole argument, son.
They're getting a government check, so yes, they're part of the government.
But that's not the
whether they're
Uncle
researchers
Tom.
or not. The government has research capability. That's why there's NASA, right?
Uncle
Supposedly-
Tom, you're getting a government check, aren't you?
Listen, you're right. So I
So
should
are
be
you
able
the
to go.
government?
So you're part of the conspiracy.
Sure. If you want to call it that, sure. But I don't. I'm
So
not
the
at a
government.
higher level to understand this shit. So
He works for NASA too, guys.
you know what? You can't work
So
this.
right.
You're not working this with me, all right? All I'm saying is, why can I not take the responsibility on my own recognizance and just go? Did I say that right? Right word. Of my own validity to go out and search Antarctica when I want to. That's all I want to do.
Can we timestamp him saying that he works for the government, please? That's all I want. Can we timestamp that? Because you know he gonna lie and say he never said that. So can we please timestamp that?
So
Mayo,
what's
you
up,
got the
Jay?
timestamp?
What's up, Jay? I don't want to hear L.A. Wilkes no more.
What's good, y'all?
So maybe you're on my side, maybe not. I don't know. Can you?
Is it you? Well, I've been listening this whole time. I just chose to jump in when I heard the fuckery. So
Okay, all right.
that's all. So you don't waste your breath. I'm just gonna help you out real quick.
Jesus
Don't waste your breath.
Christ.
I'm surprised it took y'all this long to realize this motherfucker works for NASA. Because as soon as I knew it was Wednesday, I was gonna be like, he's gonna bring up that fucking flat Earth shit again. And honestly, I don't want to be the asshole to do it, but I was hoping someone else did. And thank you for bringing up that he works at NASA. Because I'm like, why would someone who works for NASA be like, I'm a flat earther?
Because he's a paid government agent.
There you go. See?
Listen, I'm a flat earther for real.
Shit,
For
you know
real.
what, Tom? You're a glowy.
I'm a what?
You're a glowy.
What is
Yeah,
that?
you are glowy.
No, not a glowy. No, that's when you're overseas. He's a spook. That's
I'm
when
a
you have an
spook.
agent working in on your own soil. That's what it's called.
Yo, Jay, he Greta
Uncle Tom is
Thunberg.
a government
How dare you?
What's up?
How dare
Big
you?
facts.
You
I
Greta.
can't even hear you.
How dare you?
You ain't shit. Look at Samuel. Listen, you ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Tap the phone.
Yo, Jay, you right, Jay. I never thought about it. He trying to get us off the trail. You know what? They
Think
probably
about
pay
it.
him a check.
Oh yeah.
Think about it. And that's the actual
Okay.
term, by the way. It's not no racial shit. I looked it up
No,
actually.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't
everybody
care
know
about
what the
that
spook
racial
behind the
crap.
door is. That's Uncle
Yeah.
Tom. Oh,
Listen,
Greta Thunberg
you know
ass
what?
nigga. How dare you?
Listen.
How
Listen.
dare
I
you?
want. I'm gonna look it up. Can I explore Antarctica? Let's see.
I don't understand.
All of Antarctica. Can I explore all of Antarctica?
You literally will be the third person ever in human history to want to explore a ice rock.
Yeah,
Like, there's
I do.
nothing there besides that ice wall. You keep
Well,
saying
why do they got government saying I can't do it?
So in that case, if Antarctica is not real or whatever you're saying it is,
Oh my
do you
God! I
still
never
think it's
said it
blind?
went.
Have you ever seen what they did to Mount Everest?
Who? Oh yes, I have.
The climbers.
Yeah. They
That's why they don't want people in Antarctica.
And that was the point I made earlier.
Because it's going to turn into a large trash dump.
Uncle Thomas worked with Joe Biden. You know what? Listen, I'm never worked with Joe Biden, but the answer it says is I can explore Antarctica, but not all of it.
He just keep moving his goalposts, sir. You first said that you couldn't at all. Now you're saying you can do some of it.
It says anyone can visit. You can't explore it all. I
Look,
want to
man.
explore it all.
Look, you know what? Here's the thing. When he was talking about the conspiracies of what I can feel and see and touch with the whole whirlpool thing, I was like, okay, well, that's some bullshit because you can't feel or see or touch this ice wall that you keep talking about.
I would be able to if they let me go explore
Then,
it.
then you know what? You should do the documentary then and go out and find you a crazy private
If I
pilot.
had enough money, listen, I don't even have. I just want a boat over there underneath the guise of like. If I had a submarine, I would fucking.
What route would you take?
I'll provide the snowmobile. How's that?
What route in the boat what would you take to get there? Because I don't understand this. Like, what boat route would you take? Since you're saying you would get in the boat, because that would
Listen,
take.
I don't even
30...
know where. Listen, first I got to get to South America because that's the closest thing to Antarctica.
No. Antarctica surrounds the whole globe, so you could get there from the East Coast by your
assumption.
assumption.
Outside of the ice wall.
What's
Antarctica
behind
is
the
in
ice
front
wall?
of the ice wall.
But what's
Jesus
behind
Christ,
the ice
you
wall?
people. I don't know. No one has explored it, right? Look,
Dude, you
let me.
literally had the retarded black guy say is land behind
I'm
the
gonna
ice
show
wall.
you. Listen, I want everyone. I'm gonna remove everyone, and I want you to see this picture, right? I need You see that picture? That's the globe.
Dude,
yes.
so
And by what you're saying, you could get to the ice wall if you went directly east off the east coast and turned directly north.
No, I'm gonna run into some other land until I get. You know what?
is trolling. He is trolling. This can't be real. We do this every Wednesday. He is trolling. He
I'm
is
not
good
trolling.
at it. He
I'm not
cannot
trolling.
believe this.
I'm not trolling.
You are 100%
Oh.
trolling.
You know what though? There is a conspiracy theory that's not really a conspiracy. That's been verified today. Not to get
What's
too
that?
far off topic. Well, we did blow up the Nord Stream. Verified today.
Really?
Seymour Hirsch broke the story earlier today.
That we did what?
And what is his unnamed source?
Can you pull that up?
It was he dropped it because New York Times had put up an article about it. That he dropped
New York Times.
article.
Okay.
No. The New York Times didn't do it. He did it. The New York Times was the first to break that he broke the story because he put it on his own website.
Oh, that we blew up the Nord Stream oil
Yeah,
line?
yeah.
So what would be the point of that? Was that the cut off supply from Russia? Because it was
The whole point of that was because the U.S. Let's theorize that the U.S. was afraid that when the winter hit, Germany was going to be hurting too much because they really rely on Russian oil. Like the fact that their industry is so powerful is because of Russian oil. So the United States was worried that Germany was going to end up caving in because of the inflation and just turning the taps back on. So the U.S. apparently had a contingency plan to set this up during the spring and then remotely detonate it in late summer.
When did the Russia and Ukraine war start? What month did it start?
24th of last year. We're nearing the year mark.
It happened in February or March?
February of 24th of February.
Really?
Mm-hmm. We're
All right,
about to hit a year.
All right, so I want y'all to understand this, right? They found the
Dude,
they found another advanced world.
All right, here we go. We're gonna get this together.
Man, he is trolling.
We're gonna get this together.
Yeah, this guy posted that crap on his Substack.
On what Substack?
About the proof that the supposed proof that we blew up the pipeline.
So do y'all believe him or not?
I just don't understand.
Well, yeah, because it makes too much sense.
But Jay, I don't understand.
Y'all can believe that, but not the ice wall theory. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Okay, go ahead, LA. Go ahead, LA. What's up?
Because I just don't understand. So, you think Russia would have been that great of a threat if they had Germany on their side? Like you think Germany would have really caved in? Like I don't understand why would that be.
Yes, they would have because Germany's inflation is almost 20%.
That's true.
That's why their inflation is out of control. You don't understand, okay? Germany, if Germany wanted to right now, they could super industrialize a military. Germany was about to put 100 billion euros into its military. They're about to remilitarize as a nation. And countries are, and keep in mind, okay? Every time Germany is militarized, there's been a world war. That's actually a fact, by the way. Every time they've militarized.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So part of the plan of NATO, what it was founded on, was keeping Germany split up so it could never remilitarize.
Yeah,
that was the core function of NATO. That, and then it morphed into combating the USSR.
But wouldn't you think if Russia was fighting Ukraine, that would push Germany to militarize sooner than later?
No, the whole point of that, the reason why Germany wasn't going to militarize beforehand was because they were so heavily reliant upon Russian oil. They didn't want to ruin that. That's why they created the EU. The EU was made just after NATO. The purpose of the EU, or the philosophy behind it, was that if you have enough countries in Europe that...
NATO was made in the 40s, bro.
The EU?
No, NATO was made in the 40s.
That's what I'm saying. The EU came after. I just said the EU came after NATO.
After. But you said right after.
Shut up, glass wall or ice wall theory guy. We're not talking to you. You still in ice wall. You still in your fantasy land over there. Let the people with sense talk. You still trying to find an ice wall on TikTok.
Yo, I'm gonna need you to stop being a troll right now, bro.
Hey man, listen. I thought you were gonna bring that topic up tonight. Actually, I thought you would have seen it from Redacted.
Listen, I want to go over this ice wall theory because he's trying to say that I'm crazy, and I'm not crazy. I believe in this ice wall, man.
You're the only one trying to die on this hill, man. This is worse than Jay Prince and the dude that ran over everybody in the parade.
You know what? I got 2 minutes and 24 seconds left, and then we can go on to whatever the hell y'all want to go over. This
Okay.
stupid ass.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go on mute.
Just outside of Antarctica, they don't want us going there. Once you understand, there's more land beyond Antarctica. What's another word for more? Extra. What's another word for land? Territory. Put that together in a word, extra terra. If somebody came from the extra terra outside of Antarctica, we might call them an extraterrestrial from the outer space.
I figure. Yeah.
They found another advanced world just outside of Antarctica. They don't want us going there.
So like,
That was the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
The craziest is trolling. It's
And
trolling.
I'm dumb
You
as
cannot
fuck.
be
Say that
serious.
means something.
That made no sense.
Yo. Hey, it made sense to me, man. All right, go ahead. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
What's Jay Prince? What's Jay Prince theory on that Waukesha guy?
What? Who?
What's Jay
talking about
Prince's theory on the Waukesha guy?
He's talking about the guy who drove the Christmas parade massacre.
Oh yeah. That guy.
Yeah.
He didn't get life yet.
No, he was sentenced last year. He was sentenced last November. They sentenced him to nearly
32 life sentences. Jay
he
Prince,
has they tallied it up. It's over 900 years he has to serve.
So Jay Prince, they think Jay Prince, Jay Prince was.
That's what I'm talking about. This is my man. Hey, E King, we in this thing together.
Jesus Christ, we just got past this. This damn person ain't got you back in it.
You know what? How come you never bring up Hollow Earth? That to me sounds more believable than Flat Earth.
Hollow Earth it's I don't know.
Wait a second. Flat Earth goes down the Hollow Earth. That sounds crazy.
I don't know a lot about Hollow Earth.
All right, I'll have to do some digging into that. Then I'll help you out because that I believe more than Flat Earth.
Really?
I think Hollow Earth is more believable than Flat Earth. Yes, because look how deep caverns can be.
That's true.
And the fact you just saw vortexes of water going somewhere, but you couldn't conceive there being a Hollow Earth. And that's my point.
I believe in Hollow Earth, but I just don't know a whole lot about it. That's my thing.
Black Thoughts, come on, man.
Ask your boss,
white
man.
Women.
My boss is just hey, he believes in space. My boss believes in space, so you know.
Wow, a guy from NASA believing in space, you would have never.
He said a hollow Earth, flat Earth, all flows together. So hey, we on the same thing together. I'm with you, E King.
Jay, he said my boss that worked for NASA believe in space. Damn, I would have never guessed why.
Y'all are too much, man.
Never guessed why.
Y'all too much.
This is so stupid.
Face.
How is it?
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this real quick, Tom. Okay, if they gave you the opportunity, okay, to say, "Hey, would you like to come up on a shuttle, go to the ISS?" Would you take it?
No, because they will kill me.
They
would kill me because
God damn it! Tom, are you serious?
The reason why I'm not gonna listen, I don't believe. Listen, these white people kill people just for fun. Do you think they're gonna let me go up and show and prove to myself that space is fake?
Uncle Tom is
what kind of shit is that?
But yet you
why would they give me that privilege when they can have anyone else?
Go ahead, LA. LA, please finish your point because I know exactly where you're going. Go ahead.
So you are trolling. Let's just point this. Let's just point this out. You rather take a boat to Antarctica.
I can listen. That's here on Earth. That's here on Earth.
But you claim there's no space.
I didn't say it wasn't no space. I said listen. I don't think it's all real. Let's put it that way. Because I don't believe that there's thousands and thousands of satellites up there. I just don't.
Yeah, but you rather take a boat to Antarctica to find
okay. Hear me out. All right. We go into space and we just went to the moon. A glorious day. I don't even know what day it was, but it was, well, matter of fact, I have a thing that tells me what day it was. Where is it at?
Elon Musk's rocket went to the moon. Like he went to the moon.
No, it didn't go to the moon. No, it didn't.
No, it didn't go to the moon.
It didn't go to the moon.
It landed on the moon. Look it up.
No, it didn't.
I don't think it went on the moon. I think it circumnavigated the globe and then it landed, but I don't think
that's what it did.
Yeah, I don't think it went to the moon.
So hear me out. We have went to the moon 6 times, right?
Okay.
the rocket that we just shot out in outer space, right? It's supposed to be circling the moon as well, which makes no sense considering we already been there. Why would that be a destination for us to explore again if we already been there? Been there, done that. Why would I do it again? Now, mind you, we go up in space, right? We have thousands and thousands and thousands of satellites in the air, right? They don't hit any. How do you not hit one? Accidentally scrape it? Nothing. How?
You don't think they plan it out?
Fuck. They lost the trajectory to get to fucking space. I mean, get to the goddamn moon. How the fuck they gonna plan some shit out?
Doesn't space junk hit stuff all the time and damage
Oh
it?
my god. Oh my god.
I'm asking. Don't they always
Hold on? Didn't China lose a satellite that fell in the ocean not that long ago?
That tells you something, right? That means it can't stay up in space. They know if space is fake. That's why they're not playing.
It could. It was just an old dead satellite.
Supposedly, right? Whatever. That's what I'm saying. How does it not hit anything? As many space shuttles as space rockets that has been up in so-called space, they don't touch a goddamn satellite. Not one. I can't drive down the street without hitting a goddamn bug. Okay.
But how don't you know they hit anything though? Like you making assumptions. How do you know they never hit anything?
Because none of the shit blew up.
How do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they say they land these rockets in the water, but I don't know.
Where are the sources that you heard that the rockets land in water?
Well, they do a recovery.
Right, but your premise is that when they do a NASA launch, it's actually not going up into space; it's just going at a curve, right? And until it lands in the water. Where is that source?
They go pick them up all the time. We have people that's out there that go on
No,
boats to pick them up.
but where is the source that's telling you that the rocket goes up and doesn't even make an attempt to go to the atmosphere? It's just going up into the air.
I have to ask the TikTok gods.
Okay, TikTok gods, help us.
Can't you just ask those people?
Let's go to the smartest people in the world on TikTok.
Why can't you just ask them?
Because they're not gonna listen. I can't let them know. I can't let the people know that I work with that I don't believe, because most of them are believers, right?
But you said this shit on YouTube.
Hold on. That's like going to church, right? And you don't believe in God. If you let them know that you don't believe in God, what are they gonna do? They're gonna hound you, and they're gonna want to get rid of you, right?
Not the church. They're gonna try and convert you.
Whatever. Not all churches want to convert
They
you.
want to add to the membership.
No, not all of them. Look at Illuminate. He doesn't want to add me to his church.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
No,
does.
he doesn't. And
Is Illuminate Unitarian?
Here on Uncle Tom's, are you smarter than a TikToker?
But anyway, let's go back to this what are we talking about before that? Besides the ice wall.
Did you finally finish your ice wall load? You good now?
Sure, for right now, sure.
All right, cool.
Oh, know what I wanted to talk about? I wanted to talk about the what was it we talked about last week before we got off? The giant
The Giants? Like Giants?
No, not the
Kendall?
Giants. No, hell no, not the Giants. The what is it called? The World Fairs, or what was it called? No,
that crap.
What crap?
That certain structures were already here, like buildings from the World
Fair. I think that's what they're called, World Fairs or something like that. I can't remember.
And they use the World Fairs to hide that those structures were actually here beforehand. But you can find pictures of them building those structures online.
Look at this. Hold on, let's look it up. I'm so sick of you, bro. You don't believe in anything, right? Y'all don't believe in anything. Y'all need to believe in these World Fairs, bro. Look at this shit. Look at this.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Y'all know about the World Fairs? That hurt my head. Sorry. Where's it at? Let's go.
I don't know who it is, and I don't know why, but somebody is telling a lie. They said they didn't build these buildings out of stone, that these buildings were made out of wood. The Museum of Science and Industry represents the only major building remaining from the World's Fair of 1893. Unlike the other structures, they were destroyed after the fair. Does that look like wood with plastering on it or stone? Look how big it was. And that's just one building. You can go and visit it today and see that it's exactly the same. The only difference is the water's gone. So you see why we believe this is a lie. Because the mainstream narrative said this was built 123 years ago out of wood. But when you go and visit it today, it's made out of stone. And there's no way you can build 690 acres of stone building in 6 months and then
It's not
destroy it.
stone, it's concrete.
Unless he was trying to hide the truth. I don't.
What do you think?
Isn't that in
What do you
Chicago?
think?
Yeah, it's not stone, it's concrete over brick and steel.
So do you believe in the World Fairs or not?
No.
What do y'all believe in?
I believe in Santa Claus and Easter Bunny and
Okay, yeah, let's go with
John
that theory
Wick.
right there, right? Because y'all said why would they, fake some shit, right? Why would they tell us that the Easter Bunny brings kids eggs or some shit? Why would they say that when we know Easter bunnies don't have eggs, don't lay eggs?
To boost
Bunnies
candy
don't lay eggs.
sales.
Oh God damn it!
Wait, they don't lay eggs?
The most believable shit bothers you.
Jesus Christ! What about Santa Claus?
That's from Old Saint Nick. That's from an old Russian
Yeah.
folktale.
So folktale, which means a what?
I guess you could say a legend,
Or
a story.
a lie, motherfucker! A lie!
Saint Nick.
Sure, the embellishment of what he did. Okay, fine, but like, Old Saint Nick did exist. He was a Russian saint who actually did give people presents.
You got proof that he existed?
Well, if I go to Google, they'll say, "Oh, well, you went to Google to find that." So.
No, I didn't. I don't. Listen, I go to TikTok, so anything.
Historical
You ain't
reputable.
gonna get me there. I go to TikTok, so I don't know.
That's true.
Go ahead. I'm listening, man. I'm baffled by y'all's arguments, but
Oh no, that guy last week, he didn't think you could actually make
what?
these stone cities. Well, those buildings aren't made of stone. They're made of concrete over brick.
Quickcrete.
They had quickcrete in 18 something.
Actually, they had electric cars back in the 1830s.
Oh, they did.
Yes, he did.
An electric train in the mid 1800s.
This technology's been around for close to 200 years.
So why do they make it seem like it's new now? That's a good.
Not at all. In fact, it's arguable that
Nobody's trying to make it appear to be new.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, they are actually, because Tesla's looked at as an innovator.
Yes,
the whole
he
company
is. Stop lying to us, there. Whatever your name is.
I think he's. I think Tesla would be an innovator because they're doing it on a massive scale.
Really, because
yeah,
that and the AI, and the self-driving.
If they had all this, I'm sick of you people, right?
But if they had AI back,
the first
don't go that far,
OEM electric car builder.
You know what? Let's go back. We're gonna go back.
Don't go that far, man. They didn't have AI back in the day, unless you want to go ancient alien theory.
I got cussed out about Tesla last week when I called him a
Let's
bad
question
businessman.
history. The
Let's
1893 Chicago World Fair, also known as the Columbian Exposition. It took
when he
place
started
over
fucking
an
up.
area of over 690 acres.
This
and
when
it
he
was
let
up
Edison
and
steal
running
his
for
ideas
6
for the
months.
light
Do you know how big that is? 690 acres. You know how big that is? Not small.
Yeah, but this is where Tesla started his downfall because he started letting people steal his ideas, like Edison. Like that's why I said last week he was a bad businessman, but everybody jumped on my back about that.
No, I agree with
Tesla
you.
was a bad businessman. You were right about that.
I agree.
He's
I
a
agree
terrible
with you.
businessman.
But he was just brilliant. He was naive.
Yeah, that's why
He was actually truly an idealist.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But okay, so let's go back to this theory. Come on, start it, bitch.
from May to October of 1893. And just look at the beauty of it. Wow. It truly looks more like it could be Rome or Athens. Good time to mention that they built all of this in less than 3 years.
All right, we have contention on the non-panel person. He says St. Nicholas was not Russian. Just saying, just want y'all to know that.
Including all the canals, the lagoons, the statues, the parks, the bridges, the walkways, and of course the over 200 buildings. Now, all of this was deliberately built to be temporary. They don't look that temporary to me.
Me either,
Only
sir.
5 buildings of the fair stand today. One of them is the Palace of Fine Arts, which was rebuilt with permanent materials in 1933. Which gets me to think, how does a building that is designed to be temporary and last 6 months stand for 39 years and is then rebuilt in permanent materials in a year? How? Of the other 4 buildings that survived, one of them is still in Chicago. The other 3 buildings were somehow transported to Brookline, Blue Mounds, and Poland Springs. How? Well, how in general is the only question I have in mind looking at all of this. There's also electricity. In 1893, this entire fair was lit up. So the one question I have really is, how did we do that? And were those buildings possibly there before? I honestly don't know what to say. I'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm just puzzled. Let's quit.
So let's get it.
They
It's
were
white women.
facades.
White women did it.
Why is
They are
everything gotta be?
facades
Why everything gotta be like this with you, man?
because it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
And do you know how big 683 acres is, Uncle Tom?
96, sir. 96.
Or sorry, okay, 696. Okay.
Yeah, get it right, motherfucker. Get it right.
Okay, sorry. 696 square acres is 1.08 square miles.
That's a lot, bro. You had to look that shit up, didn't you?
Yes.
You ain't shit.
I did a land calculator because I buy land.
All right. You know, I will give you
1
this.
square mile, Uncle Tom.
1 square mile?
It's 1.08 square miles.
Okay.
What's he mean when he says they were there before? That someone else just built it and then someone claimed it?
Yes, that they were here when Columbus came. And this is how they hid that fact. Not that Chicago didn't exist long before the World's Fair.
You think that's what he's saying? I didn't hear him say that.
Yes, that's what they think.
But that's not what he said, though.
It's probably a Native American metropolis. That's what it was.
But he didn't say that, though.
No,
Y'all putting words in this man's mouth.
You literally find the dumbest people to prove your point. Like, you consistently find the dumbest people to prove your point.
He didn't prove my point.
TikTok,
He
man.
Just,
It's
he
TikTok.
just wants you to use your brain and think. That's all. There's nothing wrong with people thinking.
It was a Native American metropolis. It had to be.
Like, I just don't understand. Like, you got to be the best troll that ever did it.
God damn it, man. Why you do me like this, bro? I thought we were on the
What
same
point are
page.
you trying to prove, sir? This is stupid. This is stupid.
All right. You know what? You got something better for me, sir? This is so stupid.
A retarded chihuahua can think of a better way.
You know what? Mike from Boston said he has a conspiracy. What's your conspiracy, Mike from Boston?
What
you
about
can come up and tell us.
What about the balloon, the Chinese
Oh, the
balloon?
balloons.
I'm surprised you didn't bring that one up yet.
How do we know that's from China? Like, how did that come out? It was from
Because
China.
they
telling you, bro.
confirmed it.
I'm telling you, false
they
flag.
confirmed it. No, they confirmed it.
China confirmed it?
Yes, they did.
So we believe China now, huh?
I don't believe none of these governments because they're all in it together.
But what would be the point of flying a balloon over? Like,
Government agent.
How big was the balloon?
Massive. It was massive.
And they had it flying over America for 4 days.
Okay, so let me give you some context. So you saw the picture, right, of those metal things that look like a satellite?
No.
Did you see that picture?
No, I've been waiting for this.
If you look it up, there are metal parts that look like the bottom of a satellite. Each half of that metal part of the satellite is the size of a bus, a school bus. That's how massive this weather balloon was.
Well, they have it right here. They got it. You want to see a picture of it, sirs?
Let's do it.
Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Let me switch. There we go. They have a picture of it that they picked it up.
Is that the fucking ice wall again?
Look, there it is right there. It has metal in it. See the metal in it there, sirs? See the metal?
What the fuck? Nobody got a picture of it floating?
No, why would they have a picture of it
Yes,
floating?
they did.
Yes.
Yes, they did.
There are
They had
pictures of
videos
it
too.
floating.
In the sky.
Yeah, they had it floating, and they had pictures.
You show us
No,
a
not just
picture
pictures. They had video.
All right, this is where they shot it. Oh, son of a bitch! Oh.
White woman. Hey, there we go.
All right, here's some images. Right, that's the image right there.
Did you type in large white object?
Yeah. You ain't shit. See, that's the little metal part that he was talking about.
Can you
right
blow it
here.
up? Can you expand it or no?
Oh my god, this nigga, man, I'm so sick of him.
But you running the page. I'm
Don't
trying
ask
to
the NASA guy to get technical and shit, man.
Yeah, who the fuck am I? Why would I think you would? You know how to enlarge an image. Who the hell am I?
You know what? I'm gonna make it as big as I possibly can for your blind motherfucking ass, nigga. Okay?
This shit look like a party balloon.
Why it keep getting smaller? What the fuck?
Exactly, because it's fake.
Matter of fact, let me blow. Let me. So you believe that's fake?
I believe a bunch of white men on a boat.
They
That's
picked
it.
up the balloon, bro.
I know. All right.
There you go. There's the balloon right there. You see it?
It's an excuse for us to go to war with China.
I just don't understand why would it, like.
That's them shooting it down.
Yeah.
What did they shoot it down with? Do you know what they shot it down with?
I think it was an F-16.
Missile.
No, an F-22 and a freaking. They used a
Tomahawk missile.
No, Sidewinder.
Why would they just use goddamn bullets? I mean, it's
Jesus
a
Christ.
balloon. They just use bullets. It's cheaper. They had to make it.
They showed the plane shooting it down.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It was plastered all over Facebook.
So
Tom, yeah, you can probably find it, Tom.
Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
You know,
I'm tired of
TikTok
you.
master.
Y'all are saying my flat Earth theory doesn't work. China balloon shot down.
Slingshot, yeah, I think a slingshot would do it.
All right.
You should have had dude fly into it.
Well, let's look at it. American.
Introducing the Workday Pant 2.0.
2.0.
A technical 5-pocket pant designed
guys.
to feel comfortable.
All right, here we go.
I order the Pentagon to shoot it down on Wednesday as soon as possible.
4 days later, you dumb bitch. There's the so-called plane. All right. That was gay. Did you want to see it
Which is
again?
actually a dragon. Or a dinosaur.
A spy balloon described by experts as the size of 3 school buses originally launched from mainland China entered U.S. airspace on January 28th, north of the Aleutian Islands in Alaska, before entering Canadian airspace and then re-entering U.S. airspace on January 31st in northern Idaho. The balloon continued across the continental United States for the next 4 days, crossing over a number of sensitive military nuclear weapons facilities like Mountain Home and Whiteman Air Force Base along the way. The Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs claimed the balloon was a, quote, civilian airship used for research, mainly meteorological purposes, end quote, and that it entered U.S. airspace due to a, quote, completely accidental situation, end quote. But the Pentagon said that both the balloon over the U.S. and a second balloon observed over Latin America had surveillance equipment atypical of standard meteorological activities or civilian research, and that they were part of a Chinese fleet of balloons developed to conduct surveillance operations, and that it traversed the U.S. and Canada on purpose to monitor sensitive military sites. According to DoD, these balloons have motors and propellers, which means they weren't just floating through the air like a lost party balloon, but their flight paths were deliberate and pre-planned.
All right, so they're deliberate and pre-planned. And I just want to say, this is 2023. These motherfuckers is using outdated motherfucking technology. What in the actual fuck?
And it worked.
But wouldn't you think that would be a genius way to do it? Because if you think about it, they wouldn't think to track that. But what kind of things would they be picking up with that balloon?
They're trying to map out nuke sites. Look at the trajectory it took. Right through middle America where we have our military installations.
Well, and they went through our hole. They went through our, we've got space surveillance and we've got 50,000 feet and below surveillance, but not much in between.
Even still, we knew when this thing crossed in at the northwest of the United States. You all right over there?
You motherfucker. Isn't somebody said some rude shit about me in the group chat? It's my week to get roasted, so I can't do nothing.
No, but
me literally for a week straight, man. I can't do nothing about it.
Demoralized.
Are you in DR?
No, he ain't left. He ain't going nowhere. He lying like a motherfucker, man.
While officials declined to say what.
Huh?
I told you.
How long you gonna be in DR?
Till Monday.
Oh, he's going for the weekend.
You a passport, bro?
Monday the weekend, motherfucker.
I said you going till the weekend. The end of the weekend. I mean, come back Monday.
Okay, sure. I leave Thursday.
Don't drink nothing you don't open yourself, brother.
I'm probably had them bitches open it up for me.
Oh, hell no. That's how they get the scopamine in there.
That's all right. It's better than chlamydia.
So let's you know what a conspiracy theory is? I think that LA is a motherfucking passport, bro.
No, we're not doing that shit again.
That Verizon sound was perfectly timed too.
Dude, y'all did
You noticed that too, Mayo?
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, that was perfectly timed.
I would expect that from a government agent.
God damn it, Mayo. You beat me by 1 second.
Yo, he might be a government agent because he got a damn Galaxy phone. He might work for the government.
They actually only listen. My government phone is a fucking iPhone. That's why I don't use it. It don't even come in my house.
That makes sense.
You probably got a wild.
But you got Alexa.
I do have Alexa. I do.
The biggest spy.
Plus, Tom, you think your job don't know that you say this shit? You're saying it on YouTube.
I don't care.
And Alexa in the room.
Listen. Alexa is my other white bitch. Okay.
Alexa, empty my bank account.
He said, I didn't know that. Black's page is down. His page is down?
Yo,
he might have said some shit that was too spicy.
I don't know. I don't think
YouTube is doing that now. YouTube
types of surveillance equipment were hanging underneath the balloon, describing them only as, quote, a broad array of capabilities, end quote. They did state that they took all the necessary steps to protect against the Chinese surveillance balloon collection of sensitive information. They further said that the surveillance balloon's overflight of U.S. territory was of American intelligence value, and that they were able to study and scrutinize the balloon and its equipment. Similar Chinese spy balloons flew over the U.S. at least 3 times during the Trump administration and at least once previously during the Biden administration. But this latest balloon...
And that was proven to be a lie as well. So, this is what I said. They lied for no reason.
To me.
No.
Now they're trying to claim they just didn't tell Trump.
No, okay. So now
when they flew.
what they said is there was no... And it wasn't even just Trump. It was Ratcliffe and 3 other senior advisors that it never, ever happened. So,
and you believe them?
Do I believe them? I believe the government lies about everything.
But do you believe that?
So that happened, but this didn't.
I didn't say
That's
it
what you're
happened.
saying.
All I said was I believe the government lies about a lot of things. A lot of things they do lie all the time. Just like Nancy Pelosi never did insider trading, right? Was that a lie or not? We all know she did.
Is it
But she's a
proven?
government agent, so she
Or is
lies
it
too.
like speculation?
And another conspiracy. We talked about this early. Paul Pelosi. Was he getting dick down, or was he
I think
asleep?
he was. I think
Yeah.
that's exactly what it was.
Yo,
I
that
think he tried to
video
break
was
it off, and dude was
crazy.
really mad about it.
That
I
video
think
was
we witnessed a domestic assault.
Exactly.
That video, that was the first time I seen it today. Once I seen it today, I'm like, okay, I see what everybody's talking about.
That motherfucker was snoring. He was asleep.
So if he was asleep, right?
Yeah.
Do you think he was actually woken up to the dick?
No, I'm talking about when he actually hit him with the hammer. He went to sleep.
Well, of course, he was in a coma. So y'all think that he planned his own coma?
Oh no, not that. No.
This is what y'all are saying.
He was in a coma, or you just making that
Yeah,
up?
he was in a coma for real.
Wasn't it for only several days though?
Yeah, it was.
I think they put him in a coma.
Hold up. How
So
do
he'd
we know
stay
he was in a
still.
coma? He looked
That's
like he
what
was
they told
fine.
us. We're only going by what they tell us. What they told us was he was in a coma.
Yeah, but he looked like
a
he was
medically
an
induced
old...
coma because he had a brain bleed. Remember, he's 90 something years old or 80 something, 82.
And he drank a lot, apparently.
And he drank a lot. So a brain bleed seems to be almost right.
Oh, especially for an alcoholic, he'd bleed like a stuck pig.
So yeah, they probably put him in an induced coma. But do y'all believe that whole ordeal was planned out? Or no?
No, I think it was a domestic gone bad.
Yeah.
Why would you believe it was a domestic when you see him breaking the wall, breaking the house?
Because they call him a backdoor man for a reason, and it ain't the it ain't the method of intercourse.
Took him 4 hours to break into a house.
No, the point I
Just throw that
made
out there.
earlier was you don't know if that was the first time he was there or the second time.
Oh, that's true too.
So it could have been something where he came back because old backdoor Paul didn't want to pay him.
Shut the fuck.
But I call him a backdoor man. That ain't the only reason, but
Okay, so the weather balloon. What do you think about it? Who believes that this thing was an actual real weather balloon?
Nah, that was some surveillance shit. That's exactly what it was for.
Do you think it was China or do you think it was Canada?
it was China.
Definitely China.
In Japan.
Why would it be China? What would they have to gain?
I think it's just meant to scare us. I think it's just like psychological warfare more than anything.
Did you hear
I
about
think
it's test?
No, I think it's testing a route for EMP attack for small areas.
You know what? That could be that's actually pretty good.
Just send out 1 million of those floaters.
Yeah. Well, I did some research, and at 121,000 feet, the radius of the EMP effect would be like 426 miles.
Damn, that large?
Yeah. So at 60,000 feet, where these things were running, it'd be about 200 square miles.
But what would China do after that? Like, it had to be something else after that.
Yes, they would invade. Once they've hit our military bases, our nuke sites, and everything and our major communication points with EMP weapons.
And China would have
Are
the
you a
numbers to
conspiracy
invade us
theorist
too.
on this one, or do you feel like this will ever happen? What do you think?
No, I've read the congressional mandated study.
Yeah, but
on EMP attacks.
But Mayo, I'm pretty sure the United States has a contingency plan for their military for EMP attack. They have to.
They do, but we stopped hardening our vehicles and everything in the 90s.
Because even
EMP.
with the presidential barricade, whatever the fuck you call it, they have a contingency plan for that. I mean, the Secret Service roll around with items to stop that. So I'm pretty sure that.
But they stopped hardening our aircraft and our vehicles for it.
You know how crazy that'd be for China to try to invade America? You
They
see
could
how
do it though.
how
They have the
long would
numbers to
that
do it.
take?
Dude, you shut down enough electric,
Yeah.
and Americans will invite China.
Listen, this is what
At
Mama
this
Carol
point,
said.
yes.
In.
You know what,
Mama
Mayo?
Carol said
You know
this
what, Mayo?
happens a month. She says this happens a month after China goes to Biden goes to China.
Good point. You know what, Mayo? 30 years ago, or America 30 years ago, I would have disagreed with you. America today, though, I actually couldn't agree with you about that.
I mean, that
Correct.
money we're giving to Ukraine is just mind blowing.
No, not just that, but most Americans won't fight for this country. There was a study that
I
came
was just
out.
about to
right?
bring that up.
Okay, so you know the study I'm talking about then. The study that came out that said it was like just under 50% of white Americans would fight for this country, just under like 20% of Hispanics would, almost no Asians of any kind. Surprisingly enough, only like
That
10%
is
of black
true.
people will fight for this country.
You say
Only
on the
10%
Latinos?
will.
You say
That's
Latinos?
true right there. The power transformer are not shielded. That is true.
You Jay, you said the Latinos will fight?
About a quarter of us would.
Yeah, but even a quarter of y'all is like 32 billion. Shit, so we be all right.
There's only just under 60 million Latinos in this country. We're the biggest minority now. By 2050, it's gonna end up being be the majority. It's gonna outbreed everyone.
And because you would only want to take out certain sites.
There he
You would
is.
want to keep everything else commercially available.
Jay's like, I'm the captain now.
I'm the captain of the ship.
You would want to keep everything else commercially available.
Jay's like, I'm the
I
captain.
think you got an echo, bro.
I'm the captain of the ship. Yo, I got
And I'm
the
tired. I'm tired of hearing you guys dismiss the fact that Nancy Pelosi's husband is a fudge packer. That man.
That's not surprising because
That
they get down
man
like that.
Getting it in. Okay, I don't care when it comes to that weather balloon, because that's what it was. It was just. Here's what I think happened. I think someone noticed a weather balloon when they hadn't noticed weather balloons before. The instrumentation on that balloon is not any different than any instrumentation that they would put on a weather balloon, because you can control weather balloons. You know, they're not just free floating up there in the sky. You have to be able to land them. You have or have some apparatus on there to allow them to land safely should something go wrong, and direct them to where you want, to whatever system, cloud systems or storm systems you want them to read, or if not storm systems, whatever in the sky you want it to read. And then thirdly, you know, instrumentation. I mean, whatever is necessary to read weather patterns was on that doggone balloon. I think they inflated it. It was apropos for the time. He had a State of the Union address coming up. He had to find something to galvanize people, and here we are dealing with a weather balloon, antiquated 100-year-old technology.
That's what I said.
that somehow transversed the Pacific Ocean and its tumultuous waters, you know, and storm.
Oh, it didn't actually. It didn't actually.
I know. My point is that, you know, regardless of the conspiracy theory, this is one conspiracy theory that I just can't get behind. I think that it was a weather balloon and they just inflated this whole debacle. And then they tried to blame Trump and their favorite scapegoat, saying that, oh, there were 3 instances where Chinese weather balloons traversed or transversed the country or whatever. I'm like, are you serious? And all those were debunked. They lie, they cheat, they steal, in the infamous words of Eddie Guerrero from WWF.
Okay, well, here's another conspiracy theory right here.
Wait, hold on. I want to touch on.
I think they should have come back.
Yo, that was Kamala Harris' husband too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
that's wild. But
go ahead. I just want to say that.
But here's something I want to touch on. Right?
Yeah.
In America, the only people that are going to fight for America are Black American men and white American men.
You got that.
Everyone else, all of these Chinese, all of these Hispanics, all of these Arabs, all these people that come over here, they have no loyalty to this country. So the numbers bear out. No, they're not going to do it. The numbers bear out. Black American males and white American males will fight for this country in the end. That's it. Anybody that doesn't like it, take it to the bank.
I mean, we could pull up the study that I was talking about. It was a real study done. It came out last year. We talked about it. I think it was like the University
Yeah,
of
no, I'm not arguing that. That makes sense. Again, the study makes sense that the only people that will fight for this country is Black Americans and white Americans. Why
Actually,
would
Black Americans
people?
only fight at a clip of 10%.
Why?
More than double that.
Why would people who aren't really invested in much more than generating resources from a country decide to lose their life for a country? It's not going to happen.
It's not, except for maybe some one-offs, you know, like that guy. I can't remember his name. Maybe you do, Uncle Tom. The one Mexican dude, Rodriguez, who his name Rodriguez. I think it was Sergeant First Class Rodriguez, who jumped off, who kept going back and forth from the LZ into to pick up people. And he
Vietnam?
Yeah, in Vietnam, shot his legs up and everything. Yeah. He was still alive. He
multiple times.
Multiple times. He didn't realize that his legs were shredded and he was still walking on them.
And not only mentioned, he was underneath enemy space for what, almost 2 days.
Yep, that dude was a beast. Hey, look, I got a chance to meet him. Because he was the keynote speaker at my WLC, man. Really good guy.
I think back in the day, plenty of immigrants would have fought for the United States. You think that changed now?
Oh, most of World War II were first generation immigrants.
Yeah, because
I think
there was a. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wasn't that the case after 9/11? Sorry, Black.
No, you're right. Yeah. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Because it took a war to galvanize, and also there was the hope. Like one of my homies, he was Korean and he signed up. I can't remember the name of the act, where you were able to sign up and become a citizen after serving so many years in the United States military. Can't remember. Maybe you remember, Mayo. I don't.
So you guys think that in this landscape, right now, if we had a war happening tomorrow, that all these immigrants and even a lot of Americans, because I'm not saying all American males, I'm just saying, you think that they're all going to just now sign up to defend this country? It's not going to happen.
Most Americans would surrender.
It depends
honestly.
on the context.
Yeah, it depends
on the context.
Well, Black
Good night,
Sheep.
Bird Lady.
Good night, Bird Lady. Black Sheep. I hear you, but context is already in. Their context is TikTok and Instagram, and who can get there 15 minutes quicker. Women are more scantily clad than ever before. Men.
What does that have to do with the military, though?
Because this is exactly what it has to do with the military. Our military force is full of them. Period. Everything is ambiguous. There's nothing to differentiate. There's nothing to differentiate esprit de corps, the United States military, from common folk anymore. It's all one big melting pot, which is what they wanted. Instead of them just instead of that, furious and best of the best 1% who volunteered, and sometimes were told to, but the majority of the time volunteered to fight for their country. And then, of course, people have, huh?
You go ahead, Black Sheep.
Oh, the Russian military was indoctrinated with women as well, and they managed to push back the Reich.
But what is
like, hold on, one of their best snipers was a woman, and she killed 308 people?
No, see, okay, so it has nothing to do with women and men issue. I'm talking about the debauchery issue. Women can fight, albeit, not in trench warfare, but we don't fight trench warfare anymore. Put a woman in the
Tell that to
field.
the Ukrainians.
Huh?
I just said tell that to the Ukrainians.
Oh, yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, that's a little different. But urban warfare, it's I having experienced urban warfare, I can tell you, I wouldn't want a woman out there with me. And it's just reality. But a sniper, hey, that's fine. Good for her. I'm not saying it's impossible.
She's not just the only one. They also had the what was her name? The tank lady. I forgot her name, but there was a few women that actually
Yeah, but
surpassed
Black
most
Sheep.
of the men and actually held in high regard in Russia
Absolutely,
during World
but
War
those
II.
are one-offs.
Yeah, but I think you're missing. I think you're missing.
Hold on, how
the
many
point, Black
one-offs
Sheep.
do you need for it to
But
be like
those are exceptions to rules. And then
Yeah.
you'll ask me, how many exceptions to rules do I need for it to become the rule? That's an exception. Okay.
And you also remember Russia was full of state propaganda at the time to support the war effort.
Well, how much state propaganda do you need when Hitler bombed Kiev?
Well, obviously a whole lot, because we had state propaganda during World War II being fed here into America.
I mean,
The urban Negro will do anything for chicken and pussy.
Hey, Michael
That's
Ray,
why.
that is a fact. Speaking
Black
on
Sheep,
behalf of
you
a
gotta,
chickatarian right here on the panel.
if you
Fucking
go on
right.
YouTube right now or TikTok, you will see a lot of these women that's in their military uniforms shaking, twerking.
Thank you,
That's
LA.
not that. Yeah, that's not going to bring out a good soldier.
Does anyone actually?
Anybody had been in the military, that would have never flew years ago.
Nope.
But now the standards
Oh,
have
hell
risen
no.
so much.
So what you do in your private time reflects on how you
Yeah,
would
100%.
react.
Yeah,
to the
100%. Yes, it does.
You-
Absolutely.
If you're a soldier, you have no private time.
And yes, it does.
100.
Speaking,
your moral character. It's all about your moral character. It's
It is.
100%. I can promise you that. Anybody
Like,
here that been in the military, even in the police department, your moral character is everything when you're dealing with war, people, anything. It's 100% does. And when you separate it, that's
Does
what gives you
anyone
better.
actually still watch the moon landing?
no, we don't watch the moon landing and believe it anymore.
My bad.
I do.
Hey, look.
Footage and think it's real.
Houston, we've had a problem. Main B bus undervolt. Roger, main B undervolt.
I mean, y'all really think
Well,
that's
it
real?
wasn't
Stand by,
just
13,
one
we're looking
female
at it.
sniper. They had entire regiment. Like, how do you explain the
Okay,
YPK?
right
Yeah,
now,
but you keep
entire
on
regiment
the
of women.
voltage is,
No, if
Mr.
you're
Mr. Black Sheep.
Black Sheep, you keep mixing it up.
Does
So we're not
anyone-
talking about women being in the military. What we're saying is the type of
No,
women.
I'm responding to Cooley. He said, according to him, we should have a military full of GI Janes just because of one female sniper. It's not just one female sniper. And as an example of it's not just one female sniper, I refer to the YPK, the Kurdish unit that's made of all women.
Yeah, and I believe that they inflated their numbers as well.
Yes, and that's got a psychological component
everybody
to it in the
inflates their
Muslim world,
numbers.
because if you get killed by a woman, you're not going to Allah.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a psyop, man. It is meant to disrupt. We engage in it all the time. But when we're talking about hard numbers and we're talking about results, who gets the results when it comes to field warfare, guerrilla warfare, urban warfare, jungle warfare, any warfare? Okay. But besides men versus women, what I am talking about is more so debauchery on both ends.
Yeah.
And like LA said, character, moral character is paramount. And it doesn't mean you're perfect, but you cannot separate the two. It is not possible. You can't be here and be an exemplary soldier and then go home and be a deviant. It comes out.
This conversation is reminding me of
Have you served, sir?
I think what you're saying is that the current state of the U.S. population is made up of private pals. Is that what you're trying to say? Like we're too soft to actually do anything?
Yes. Yes.
Well, we're absolutely too soft to do anything, and we're also absolutely too caught up in our own smell to realize that we do need to do something, and we need a stronger force in order to meet this different threat. Now,
80% of our recruit age
You brought up a good point,
are
by
not
the way.
eligible to join the military.
Yep.
So what? Can you say that again?
80% of our recruit aged adults are not eligible to join the military.
80% of our
recruit
of the recruit age of 18 to 24 do not qualify to join the military.
What's the primary reason?
Well, isn't that on the military?
No,
No.
it's not.
No, it's not.
No, the military
If
has
they're
a
not
standard it needs to
qualified-
meet.
Yeah, but if they're not qualified, then whose fault is that?
It's the American populace
It's
and your
because
mom
they're
and dad.
fat. They're psychotic.
Yes, it's your mom
They're
and dad.
people in the military.
Dumb.
He's suggesting what they're already doing in the military, lowering the bar to increase the numbers.
And they've already done that. And they
A
still
million
can't get
times
the
over.
numbers they need.
And it's been hell in the cell since they did it, and it's not working.
An empire begins to collapse when you realize you need mercenaries.
I mean, it's just the truth, It's. I mean, I'm glad you're asking the questions and being inquisitive and inquiring about this. But again, it truly is that simple, man. In order to maintain a spirit of the core, you need a physical fit force, a mentally fit force, and you can't be a sexual deviant.
So hold on. Okay, so when during the Angry Man Destiny debate, Destiny said that the majority that the wars today aren't fought necessarily with the human factor. It's all computerized. Do you think that would play a major effect in any war that would likely come in the near future?
No, because you still need boots on the ground to control land.
I mean, look at Russia.
All the happy thoughts and fancy weapons and spy satellites will not let you control ground.
I mean, Russia and Ukraine is the perfect example. Look what they did.
And it's 2023.
And they're back to trench warfare.
Right.
It's gotten so bad. Ukraine's using human wave tactics now.
And
I'm
they still
telling you,
lying
man.
about Ukraine winning that war. Like if you look at
They're not.
all of them, they still tell that lie about Ukraine winning these heroic battles every damn day.
Right now it's estimated the real Ukrainian death toll, soldiers alone, is over 150,000.
Oh, well, yeah, I believe it.
So with so many propaganda being put out about the Ukraine war, which one do you actually believe?
I believe
where are you
that
getting your information from?
I just believe, just from experience, I just believe Ukraine is getting its ass handed to them. And the only way
half their country.
Yeah, and the only way they're gonna get out of it is if we physically intervene.
So World War III.
Huh?
So World War III.
Yeah. If we physically go in with our own force. But here's what happened. Around 2000 and between 2013 till about 2000 and maybe 16, his real name, Shabako Drama did his best to
Don't
kill.
disrespect my king like that, guy. Come on.
That
man is my personal hero.
So sorry for you. He did his best to
What up, Lawrence?
To root out anybody who was a hardened warfighter.
That started after Desert Storm, actually.
Oh,
with
yeah, there
Bush
you go.
Senior.
So yeah.
continue
It's the
with
Republicans.
Clinton.
Oh, finally something's the Republicans' fault. Okay, I see.
No,
I have a question for everyone on the panel.
I agree with him. Go ahead.
We're going back and forth, right? Do you think governments use more than just war as a way to funnel money?
Of course.
I.e., these government departments, NASA, freaking what is it, FBI,
Well,
CIA.
nigga, you would know. You set up the bank accounts for NASA.
All these things.
How many $300 toilet seats you got in your warehouse, Uncle Tom?
I ain't got none. Shit, I ain't got. I don't even do. Listen, I'm just
All
saying.
made in China.
Look at the price. Look at NSN prices
say
sometimes.
that, right? But we say that, but then y'all go back and say that these other things are real. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, and because I know the military supply system, and I know what shit costs and doesn't cost.
P-Buse, baby. P-Buse.
So, in other words, like I was saying before, are these things real or are they just ways to funnel money? I think NASA is the biggest way to funnel money.
Well, okay, yeah. I believe that there are a series of systems in place used to funnel money. Military industrial complex, chief among them. And that, and I don't know particularly what you're saying. We were saying is real, but
where is Ukraine going to spend all that money that we gave them? In our arms manufacturers mostly.
It's going up Nancy's nose.
So at the end of the day, we're still benefiting, right?
Yeah.
Even though we gave them all the money, they're still spending it with us.
Yeah.
So is there really harm done if our companies are profiting from it?
We're probably getting 80% return. I mean.
Yeah, like that's a pretty big return, wouldn't you say?
And well, GDP. Anyway.
No, not when we're getting a 20% loss.
Continuous loss.
80%.
This island has one of.
Yeah, so you're losing 80. So you're only getting back 80% of 100% you put in. Diminishing return.
What industry do you get 100% return on what you put in?
What return are we getting on? Are you talking about like us as a nation? What we're getting back a return on for funding a proxy war? Have you not seen inflation? Have you not seen the fact that we're in a recession already?
I'm just waiting on somebody to say it.
Like, where do you see this war as beneficial? If we were getting the oil that's inside of the fields of Ukraine, great. If gas was 99 cents a gallon, fucking awesome, cool. Let that shit, let that war burn. But
yeah,
it's not helping us any.
We didn't get the oil from Iran.
Exactly.
Or from Iraq. We didn't get the oil from Syria. We didn't get the minerals from Afghanistan. We're pretty shitty at this
ruling the world stuff.
Yeah, at this empire shit. We're really pretty shitty at it.
That's because we're not a full-fledged empire yet. We're a soft empire. We'd have to go like hard empire mode for us to actually flourish.
Yeah, that requires a king, and we're not. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that. I'll say this.
We're getting there, Bob. We're getting there.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I am not the oldest one on the panel, but I remember when gas was 99 cents.
I do too.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it. I remember when it was 71 cents to be exact.
I remember that. And
do you remember the gas wars they used to have like every summer to see how low the gas can go before someone buy it? Dude, it got down to like 12 cents one year. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
12 cents per gallon. That was
insane. I remember when gas during right before Shabako drama was in, or right when he got in, when it went up to $2.99 a gallon, and we thought that was astronomical. I wish it was $2.99 now.
I remember the early 70s in gasoline because my neighbor owned a gas station. And when gas in the early 70s hit, I think he stopped selling gas at 65 cents a gallon.
That's crazy.
Because it wasn't worth his time because he was making no money off of it. Because to refill his tanks, he would have to charge too much.
Yeah. All right, now we're gonna get into this other conspiracy right here about this island
I just have
here.
one more question, if you got a chance.
Go ahead.
So during the Cold War, right, there was this giant push against Russia. Why is there no longer this push even though Russia's basically doing what we thought they would do back in the 80s.
Because, first of all,
expanding their territory.
They're part of the game.
I was about to.
They also didn't do this for many years after the 80s.
They're
But
part of the
y'all want
game.
to think that Russia is different from America. It's not.
At
all
all,
part of
man.
the game.
Like,
Yeah, but they don't have anywhere near the amount of debauchery in Russia that we can hear.
No, I'm just questioning when did this switch happen to where
Putin. This is his dream. His dream is the original USSR being back together. That's his vision.
Yeah, keep in mind, Putin was a former KGB agent, so he was about that life.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like what Samuel had to say. America's behaving like the Soviet Union. That is true.
It's very, very Samuel Giroux, yes.
And I'm going to say it's Trump's fault.
And you know what's
It's all
ironic?
Trump's fault.
You know what's ironic? The method that the U.S. used to beat the Soviet Union back in the 80s is the method that Russia's using on us now, because they're winning the economic warfare game.
Well,
yep.
They're using our own tactic against us, and it's working.
Well, they used Afghanistan. They used Afghanistan for it.
Mm-hmm.
The same place we used it.
Well, Black Suit Defied, gas is going down a little bit. You know, Joe's doing us a favor. I think I filled up my truck today from 68. I think it was 68 today. It was 75 last week. So, you know, Joe's helping out.
What grade did you use?
Regular for the for the truck. Listen. Do I? But hold on. Do I need what's the name for the truck? I mean, it would be good.
At least mid grade.
I will say this. No, not even mid grade. What I tell you to do is do that. Get you a bottle of octane boost. Throw that bitch in there.
Well, yeah, I've done that. Yes, absolutely. And it will
make your whole tank the same as it would if you put in regular.
Very true, man. But I'm lazy. I'm going to use mid grade.
So
It's
nobody's
funny.
buying electric cars on the panel?
No.
Hell
no.
Not if they don't get cheaper. I will buy an electric car. Listen, if all these liberals that hate Elon Musk would sell their cars at 50%, I would buy one. Sell me a Tesla at 50% to show me how much you hate them, and I would buy one.
If you're driving these electric cars, you don't have to worry about a gas bill, right?
Yeah, but but in 7 years you're going to have to replace that battery pack, which the entire car is built around.
Black Sheep.
Yeah, but in 7 years you could replace a couple transmissions and an engine.
No, you won't.
No, you won't.
Wait, what did you just? Wait.
Smoking dope.
I drive a 2005 F-150, and I've never done more than injectors and spark plugs on it. Over 250,000 miles.
Guys, keep in mind, he said a couple transmissions. And
Yes.
See, that's how I know.
In 7 years.
Holy shit, bro! You might as well just get 3 cars at that point if you need 2 transmissions and an engine.
Yeah, that's how I know Mr. Black Sheep is being facetious right now.
Absolutely.
Yes, I am. Very much so.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's go ahead with this island right here that Blacks Who Defy always goes to every couple of weeks.
What?
One of the most disturbing histories in America.
You bastard.
No one really knows the full truth behind it. So like I said before, this island was owned by multimillionaire Francis Sheldon, pictured right here. And Francis and a number of other local men from Michigan, including this guy,
It would have been nice that
ran a boys camp
if
on
they
the
would have
island.
showed the actual island, but
Fly
that's
kids to
another
the
story.
island on this airstrip, kids from the YMCA and other schools and communities in the area. And both the children and the parents of the children who attended this boys camp were told that this was an island of fun where kids could relax. They had big brothers there. It was going to be totally safe. And this camp ran on this island for a period of years. Then one day, some of the kids who attended the camp began to tell their parents that the counselors or the teachers, the adults that were there on the island, had behaved with them in very, very inappropriate ways. They began telling their friends and parents that they were taken into these cabins pictured here on the island. They were assaulted. They were told to remove all of their clothing and that there were cameras all over the place. Well, it turns out that this guy, the multimillionaire with political and business connections in the area, Francis Sheldon, was running a massive CP ring. And they had been abusing the children on this island under the guise of bringing them
The
to
Catholic
a boys'
Church.
camp for years, recording all of it, selling it across the world. And some of the more affluent clients of their business were even allowed to take trips to the island themselves to see some of these young boys. Now, this story bears an obvious resemblance to the story of Jeffrey Epstein, but there are some very, very strange things that are happening here that nobody knows about, and the government still refuses to talk about to this day. So let's talk about this guy, Gerald S. Richards. He was a gym teacher at a local Catholic school who went down for the crimes, and he was heavily involved with every aspect of this business, if you know what I mean. Well, it seems like through his political and business connections, Francis Sheldon was actually tipped off that he was about to be arrested and raided and charged with these horrific crimes. So Francis, before he could be brought to justice for these crimes, he actually fled the country in a personal plane. He then moved to France, got remarried, and died in Amsterdam, and never had to pay for any of the crimes that were committed here. But it's when we start talking about the murders that this story really starts to blow my mind. So take a good look at this guy, Chris Bush. This is Christopher Bush's father, Harold Lee Bush. Now, he was an executive with General Motors, and the family was obviously extremely wealthy. They were politically connected, and they were very connected to every business in the area. These guys had a lot of power. But back to Christopher Bush. This guy had assaulted a number of children. He'd been let out of prison, let out of jail in a very, very suspicious way multiple times, put on bail for serious offenses. And he was an alleged associate of the crime ring that was happening on North Fox Island. Meaning that, like I said earlier, he was one of those people who could afford to actually fly out to the island to do things himself. I'm out of time. Follow for part 3. This is where it gets juicy.
You son of a bitch.
That island.
I
They
actually
said
heard,
it was connected to the Catholic Church, so
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
Snake-
not surprised.
This island was?
yes.
White people do some disgusting things.
That gym
over here.
teacher, the gym teacher was a gym teacher at the Catholic Church, the guy who ran the camp.
I'll tell you, man. I've heard of this, and I didn't know this much about it, but I did hear about this years ago. And you know, it's not surprising, man. It's all over the world. This happens, man. Sex trafficking of minor young boys. That's the main thing. Everybody keeps thinking it's women.
No,
that
it's little boys.
It's little boy. It is little boys that these people are after. And it's always been that way since time memorial, man. I don't know what the affinity is, you know, but that, you know, per capita, it's always young boys. It's crazy, dude. It's insane.
Also, what did y'all want to look up? Reptilian race? What is that?
Oh man,
They're talking about the toothed of Dannon, the people who live underground.
That nobody on the planet has ever seen.
See, this is where Illuminated would be like the perfect expert for,
Yeah,
because
but
he
all the
loves
time
talking about
I
this
pissed him
shit.
off. All the time
I
they
know.
Illuminated bad.
How did I piss him off?
Wait. When'd you do this? Last week?
Every week. The Illuminated don't like Uncle Tom because Uncle Tom gives him pushback.
I don't know. You know what? I think he got mad at me last week because of Dino Jesus.
Oh
Because I
my
pulled
God,
that shit up, and he was.
Hey, Dino Jesus was funny.
He literally said it was like, "Jay, I'm done with you, man. I'm done." I was like, "Damn, bro." Like it was just
Oh,
a
did
joke.
y'all hear that Disney just fired? What'd you say? 7,000?
Yeah, I saw that. They fired a bunch of people.
It's coming, bro.
Go
Didn't
woke,
we
go
talk
broke.
about that yesterday?
That's what I was
We
about
talked
to
about
say.
that yesterday.
Yeah, we did. You know, my brother works for Amazon. He said that his senior vice president and his senior director both got fired in the first quarter's firings of 18,000 people. And then there's another 20,000 scheduled to happen.
They better hurry up and bring out the Mandalorian.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Look, it's real out here, man. We all saw this coming. And I told people, man, it was about to get dystopian out here.
Yeah.
I know Gary's probably
did
in the
say it.
background.
You did say it.
I've been saying it. I said it's about to get dystopian. People
Every time
think,
they side with them trannies, it seems like the business just go away, don't it?
huh?
Every time they side with the trannies, it seems like the business just go out of business. Like
every time, and they're doing it deliberately. They're doing it deliberately. It is calculated cell death. It is planned obsolescence. They are doing this wholeheartedly on purpose. Give me the scissors. Give me the scissors.
Economic chemo.
So the people, okay, so I got a question. So the people that getting laid off at Amazon and these other companies, are they high ranking members or is it
It's
a
middle management.
mixture? Middle management.
It's
Okay.
mostly middle management. You know, they need cogs in the wheel, so they're
Yeah.
going to be sparingly laying them off. But then a lot of these companies are hiring. If you go to their website, they're still hiring. But then who are they hiring? Just so if you get rid of middle management because you're not making any money, right? You then have to make money. So who are they hiring to make them money? What type of people?
Unskilled labor.
But salesmen. They're hiring sales executives because they're like, okay, well, the wellspring is dry. Now we need to start fleecing these people even more. So they get rid of all the skilled VPs and directors and stuff like that they don't need, that have been there forever. And then they hire sales execs who can prove their worth every day because they don't get paid a salary. They get paid commission only.
So are all these companies basically flushing out the useless woke? They let them show themselves and now they're flushing them out that realize we're paying you 120, 150 and you're useless woke. Is that what they're doing? Because we all know no company gets rid of the people that are useful.
I think they realized they chose the wrong side, and
That
now
too.
it backfired on them. So now they just got
It takes it just like a building. It takes more people to build it than it does to operate it.
Yep.
And Amazon's been building for 4 years. And they're done building.
Well, I don't believe they're done building. What I believe is that the wellspring of money from the United States government is drying up. They don't have that pandemic money. They don't have that, all that extra injection of money coming in, though they are still being paid billions by the United States government. They always do things because they project it to happen, and then they cause it when they make their move. So here we are, man. They've made their move, and people are gonna suffer en masse, man.
Just imagine that everybody during the pandemic was buying Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Now, even if 10% of them, instead of going to Amazon, go to Home Depot or Lowe's, that's a huge cut.
Yep.
Yeah, but even Home Depot and Lowe's stock skyrocketed during the pandemic because a bunch of people decided they wanted to do home improvements since they couldn't go anywhere.
Home improvement project.
Yeah.
And you had all that time to do it. Their stock skyrocketed.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's move on to the next place. You people are boring.
What is the government so afraid?
Wait a minute. What's the government afraid of? Once I get the full picture. Africa.
Doggone right, Auntie Dearest. Oh, and by the way, I have a new video coming out, guys. It's a video of me making dark chocolate ganache. Everybody watch it.
Dark chocolate ganache. Ooh.
Yeah, man.
Hey, when you gonna do a video cooking with your spices? That would be a good way to promote yourself.
You're
absolutely Blacks. Right. My girlfriend's got a website where she does recipes and restaurant reviews. So I'm gonna put an order in and get them to her.
Man, that would be awesome if you did, man. Let me I gotta link the website.
I got it. I got it saved from before.
Okay, cool.
All right, here we go. I'm hitting the wrong damn page.
The U.S. Navy sets off a 40,000-pound bomb in the Atlantic Ocean. 100 miles from the coast of Florida, saying that it was only a military exercise. However, looking at the footage of the explosion, it definitely didn't seem like a regular military exercise. Furthermore, it's known that there are unknown creatures or aliens living deep in the ocean. So, could it be possible that it wasn't a military exercise, but a cover-up to take out a deadly threat in the ocean? With this suspicious military exercise, many are asking, what is the government's?
What is they hiding? Many are asking, what are they hiding?
Kaiju.
Or whether to take out an enemy who got something to slip who got something that slipped through.
It was probably a Poseidon that they destroyed. Did us a favor.
Okay. Black
Well,
Thought. You said what again?
Was it something from an enemy that was able to slip through, and they blew it up?
I think we're having warfare underneath in the oceans. I always
You mean
think that.
Oh,
like
they
Go ahead.
blew it up next to the USS Gerald Ford carrier.
But Tom, you think like submarine warfare? Is that what you believe?
Yeah. They'll never tell us the truth. When the last time you heard a submarine getting torpedoed?
I honestly couldn't tell you.
Exactly. But we know that there was a lot of sunken U-boats before, right? You think
Well, I
the
mean, yeah,
last
but
U-boat ended?
I mean, I can't. The last time we probably had meaningful submarine warfare was World War II. Because we haven't had a near peer enemy that even had a navy since then. Not that I could think of. Well, you could be right though.
The man who flew over Antarctica for the first time had a message that he couldn't get through
We
to
watched
us.
this one already.
This is Admiral.
We watched that one already.
This is the Jeffrey Epstein of the 1970s, John David Norman. He's one of the worst criminals in U.S. history, and I'm sure you've never heard of him. So let's.
I don't want to watch that. That's just.
They're trying to open a portal. They've actually done it before. The last time was in 2016.
On July 5th, the European Organization for Nuclear Research, CERN, is restarting the Large Hadron Collider. The LHC has been in use since 2010, and it just had some updates done, and now it's firing up again. But it's not a conspiracy. They're being very clear about what they're doing. The LHC collides particles at extremely high speeds and watches what happens to see if they break apart or form new things. And that gives clues about how the universe itself and everything in it formed. It also helps us understand what the universe is composed of, including things like dark matter. But the LHC has never created a wormhole or a black hole ever. It probably never will, but if it did create a black hole, it might not be a bad thing. The black hole would be microscopic and it would disintegrate immediately, but we would learn so much about the universe. Also, black holes aren't intrinsically dangerous. It's just a massive object. They don't suck things in. Anyways, the LHC can achieve an energy that no other particle accelerators ever have before, but that doesn't even compare to what happens in nature. Cosmic rays collide with particles in the Earth's atmosphere at much greater energies, and we're fine. And nobody is trying to open a portal to another dimension. They're trying to find evidence of other dimensions, but that just means discovering new tiny little particles. You couldn't go to another dimension. And just to be clear, they've never done this yet. Nobody's ever discovered an unknown dimension. So this is all very exciting in the world of physics, but they've been doing this for a very long time and there's nothing to worry about. I promise.
So she debunked everything that y'all thought about. There's no wormholes. There's no time travel. There's none of that. Just so you.
There's actually a case of a man who worked at the particle collider, having gone into the collider to fix something, while the molecules actually hit his brain at light speed. He survived, by the way.
What happened to him?
He ended up having seizures.
That's how they got Greta Thunberg.
You ain't shit. You ain't shit.
Ben, how dare you?
How dare you?
How dare you? Oh, this is my thing right here. This is a true.
What the fuck is this?
Okay.
Hey, could you imagine it as a crack in the sky?
Huh.
They're touching the firmament right now. They can't get through though. That's not no space launch. That's firmament. That's water.
Look at that, bro.
Hey, good.
Look at that shit. It's spreading. It's like sky sperm.
Why do you gotta show idiots to prove
It's like sky sperm.
Damn. Yeah, okay.
Nah, man, look at that shit. That's a real ship coming out of that.
Oh, that is a ship. Whoa. You live in a glass dome, bro.
I would expect no other conversation about this from the hood, but this one they're having.
Oh, bro, it's getting bigger.
He just said we live in a glass
It started
dome.
out like a fireball. Now look, a white light came out of the back of it.
Yeah, you see that shit, right? They gonna say that's a star, my nigga.
Look, what the fuck is this?
Okay, that was just
I think they said the same thing when they saw David Blaine for the first time.
That's a witch. That's a witch.
Oh, nigga, you done stuck the card in your hand, nigga. How you
Hey,
do
Troll,
that
if you can coming back, we ain't gotta let you up if you don't want to be left up. But just leave it in the back chat now. I won't play it because these Negroes ain't got nothing to say. These Negroes ain't shit.
I bet you they don't even know how to spell firmament. They probably done heard that from you.
It's a glass dome, bro.
Yeah, so y'all don't believe it? Y'all don't believe there's a firmament?
I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you.
Is that what they call the force field around the flat Earth?
Yeah.
It's a firmament made of what?
The Bible, the Bible says it too. So
What I'm saying? What do they believe it's made of? What do y'all believe it's made of, though?
Water. Yeah.
So like it's a wall of water
surrounded
around
totally by water.
that is the atmosphere. So our atmosphere is basically an ocean.
Water above and water below. Yes, we're surrounded by water.
Well, it's technically H2O, so there is water in it.
So basically, we're in the eye of a giant.
We're in someone's ball sack right now.
I didn't go that far, but I know in Norse mythology they believe that all of humanity is inside the eye of a blue giant.
Sure.
I'm dead serious. That's the mythology.
So let's go into this. Let's just talk about it. Do you believe in reincarnation?
I'm on the fence about that because I still believe in heaven and hell, but I'm on the fence about that.
So do you believe in the Bible?
Parts of it.
Parts. Okay. So
I'm being objective.
If one part's wrong, then it's all lies.
No, it's like it can't be that binary. No, it can't be that binary because every religious text is going to have embellishment. We're going to have humans that interpreted something the wrong way.
Hey, I will be right back. Can y'all take over real quick, babe?
You good?
Yeah.
I don't think it's that
modern
binary.
day Bible isn't the actual Bible. It's translated from Canaic Greek, I believe.
Well, that's what
And they
use
call
in
it the
other
King
places.
James version because he picked what was in it.
Yeah, but that's that particular version, though. You'd have to find the really, really old versions, and they're usually in
Vatican.
Well, listen, the Vatican has a ton of shit there. Actually, I believe that the Vatican's probably got some shit like that, like ancient scrolls from other religions, probably.
Oh yeah.
That it's also believed that the Vatican has like their own version of a crashed UFO. Like they captured one that crashed like in the Mediterranean and fished it out. I don't know how true that is,
And
obviously.
they have
But
Jesus' great descended clone from eons and eons, like in that one show, Preacher.
I never watched that show. Was it any good?
It was fucking hilarious. Fucking A1.
I bet.
Oh.
I bet it was. There's a movie coming out actually like that. It's called like The Devil Conspiracy, where they're taking the Shroud of Turin because it has like genetic material still embedded in the fibers.
Yeah.
To resurrect an evil Messiah.
An evil Messiah.
Make a clone like an evil Messiah.
Oh, okay.
Evening, Bob. Uncle Tom will be right back. He ran to grab his, I don't know.
I figured he went to the bathroom. It makes
Bob,
sense.
you talking about conspiracy theories. Do you have one?
Is Bob a pilot? Is Bob the pilot guy?
Yeah.
That means he's seen UFOs.
Come on up, Bob. I got some questions for you, my dude.
I'm sure
I'm
Bob's
not,
seen at least one or two
I'm not
UFOs.
sure if Bob is in the house or not, or if he's walking the dog. I don't know.
We can turn this into an aviation stream real quick.
You know,
With all
apparently
your conspiracy theories.
pilots report UFO sightings all the time, but they don't want to get
Yeah,
ostracized, so they keep it on the low.
No, didn't the Navy just publish in the New York Times a few years or
Well,
like
yeah,
2
but
years
they
ago?
finally came out. Yeah, they finally came out with that. You know, and I think it was actually was it the Army Air Corps of the Navy? Like the Navy Avionics, I think. I thought it was Air Force. Mayo, do you know which one it was?
You're talking about the Army Air Corps back in the day?
No. This was like back in 2018. Like it was on 60 Minutes. Like there
Oh,
were
that
several
was the
officers.
Navy. I think
That
that
was
was
the
the
Navy?
Navy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
But UFO just means unidentified flying object.
Yeah, but that's synonymous with extraterrestrial, let's be honest. No one looks at UFO and was like, oh, that could be an unidentified weather balloon. No one's thinking like that. They're thinking extraterrestrial.
Well, it all depends on who you're talking about. The average person that, watches X-Files, yeah, that's exactly what they think.
So you saying
What's
that
wrong with
other people
X-Files?
think UFO, they think of like a spy craft?
Yeah. I'm
that could
sure
be it.
plenty of military test aircraft have been thought to be UFOs.
I mean, I don't doubt that, but there's been some pretty extreme shit. Like when they find out that UFOs love to go around and fuck with military installations, particularly the nuclear ones. They'll activate them and then deactivate them, as some reports say. It happened a lot during the Cold War.
Okay.
Oh, did you get your new instructions from your government overlords there, Uncle Tom?
Yeah, it's called food. I had to get some brain thought in there. All right, so what do y'all got? What do y'all got going on? What are y'all talking about?
We were talking about UFOs and how they UFO sightings. I mentioned how UFOs tend to show up around nuclear sites. They'll activate them and deactivate them.
You believe that?
That would make sense, actually. Actually, that would make sense. I think that, the reason why we see so many more UFO sightings than ever in human history, aside from the fact that we have technology to record it, is that they're monitoring the fact that we have nuclear technology, and that's like a sign for them that we're close to them breeding us officially.
I think we're just some big ant farm. We're somebody's big ant
Star
farm.
Trek, though,
I don't mean like Star Trek. I mean maybe like a little Star Trek, but with that one, the technology had to be so far advanced because warp technology is supposed to be like on 50% the speed of light.
What about Stargate?
No,
See, Stargate was my show back in the day. Honestly, everyone thinks I'm a Trekkie. I'm not. It just I just so happen to know a lot about Star Trek, but Stargate was the show I always loved growing up.
Stargate.
And honestly, yeah, I was never a big Star Wars or Star Trek fan. Stargate, though, that was the shit I was into. Because that went a lot into ancient alien theory.
I fell off
And
of that universe. Or no, Atlantis.
See,
I
he must
like
believe in the
Atlantis.
Fermi paradox, which I don't blame. I don't blame you, Samuel. If you
Man,
believe in the
that's
Fermi
crazy,
paradox.
bro.
What?
The 400-pound bomb? Hey, here.
400-pound bomb.
4,000-pound bomb. I mean, 40K bomb. Triggering a 3.9 earthquake? Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was recent history.
So when did
they wanted to see the effects on an aircraft carrier.
What did it do?
40,000-pound bomb.
What the shockwave would do.
Well, there's nothing on it, though, so that's good.
Oh, yeah. Like back in the day when they used to blow them up in the desert, they had those pre-built houses out there with little human mannequins with radiation detectors in them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a real shit, though.
So what do you got for conspiracies?
All right, hey guys, it was great talking with you guys. I'm gonna take my half avocado picking ass to bed. You guys have a good night. I
Night.
will. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Tomorrow is early avocado picking day.
Is it? I will see you guys tomorrow. Everyone have a good night.
You have a good
You
night, man.
too, man.
Night, Blogs.
All right, guys.
Bring her on. Who is Auntie J? Is she on here?
Auntie who?
Auntie J. I don't have any more conspiracies.
You all conspiracied out? I'm kind of
That's because
surprised.
No,
all
I'm not
yours was
conspiracy out, but I don't
stupid.
have any more conspiracies. Let's go look
That's
up
because
That's
all
all of.
because you want to go back to flat Earth. That's why. You need to get the itch. You need to scratch the itch. Is that it?
Let's look up it on. What is this thing called?
The what?
Not looking up CERN. YouTube. Yes, we just did.
I'm telling you, man, that dude
About the black
survived, bro.
holes.
He
What's
got
what
hit
is it?
with he got hit with particles at the speed of light. He could see flashes in his eyes. That's how fast it was going.
This boy said he had a Pikachu.
Let me guess what, Tom. You got a bunch of chicken, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
I fucking knew it. You got greens too?
I got jalapenos.
That's not bad. You might as well make nachos for all that. Actually, that's a good
A
snack.
lot
Are
of
they
people
pickle?
don't know this, but if you have the YouTube app on your phone, you could be using it to.
I'm sure many people wanted him dead. He had a lot of information on a lot of people, a lot of blackmail videos and pictures.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 conspiracy theories of all time.
Because I don't believe in the COVID. I don't believe it's real.
For this list, we'll be looking at the conspiracy theories that loom largest in popular culture and.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
You gonna get a strike? You go there.
You just don't
Why
learn your
stop?
lesson.
Be careful, Tom. Be careful.
I was just thinking of a conspiracy theory.
Go ahead.
All right, now say reparations happens in
Oh, shit.
California, right?
Mm-hmm.
How fast will kidnapping pick up?
Ooh.
Kidnapping.
Yes.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I think the cartels would hit kidnappers would hit California like a storm.
Honestly, you know what, man? The cartel's about to like take over whole parts of Mexico and like form its own state.
They already did.
It's fucking terrifying, bro. They're about to get super rich.
I think kidnapping would, if reparations ever actually happened, I think kidnappings would go through the roof.
It really would.
For as long as I can remember, I've had an interest in what some people.
Jesus Christ, I can't do that. He's
Yo,
always trying to get.
Black Thought said 2 Trains is on. He said he'll come up.
What time to come up? 2 trains.
Hi, I'm Matt, and I'm wondering, is there a secret global government with apocalyptic bunkers underneath our very feet? Maybe. Since I was a child, I've been naturally inquisitive, questioning anything and everything that didn't quite make sense. As I grew, I poured countless hours into a number of conspiracy theories. Some of these theories I believe in, some of these theories I don't. But some of them I do. Here I'll be studying the evidence for and against all of history's mysteries, doing the work so you don't have to. But you really should do it on your own, like check sources and all that. Okay. On today's episode, the New World Order.
Hold on. You send me a video, Artie? Let me look it up.
So have a good night, and I'll see you later.
All right.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, man.
Is this the Disney one? Mm-hmm. For a video? That's just updates. Headlines. Oh, I can't watch that one. Let's see.
Spectrum presenta Cuéntale a
Not that,
Clarissa.
okay.
Regresamos.
Which one did you send me then? Send me another one? There's a lot of them I can't play because they're dealing with a lot of different things like knives and shit. Let's see. Nope, can't do that one.
Ridiculous that you get a strike for playing stuff that's played on other YouTube channels. That's fair use.
Stuff that's played in the news.
Yeah.
You can strike too much on those, but
Well, YouTube can just arbitrarily strike you. Even if the moderators perceive it's misinformation or disinformation or
don't say that at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It didn't come through? You couldn't find his video?
No, not one that's not ones that are friendly.
Hey, find that one about North Fox Island, that part 3.
North
It
Fox
goes further
Island?
down the rabbit hole.
Oh, okay.
Because the Catholic Church is definitely involved.
I don't see 3. I see 1 and 2.
Check out his page.
I don't know what his name was, bro. Oh, here it is. Here it is. It's just 30 minutes long, bro.
Oh, damn.
The scheme in New Orleans involved a child prostitution service which catered to congressmen, senators, and the extremely wealthy. There was no camp or farm. The operation had no name. It drew its victims from the foster care system, churches, and a fully accredited alternative learning school with multiple locations in Florida. There are many unanswered questions in this part of our story. The reason for this comes from a troubling lack of investigation by the prosecutor's office in New Orleans, the death of a young witness in Florida, and what appears to be an organized effort to cover up the true extent of the crimes. Unfortunately, pictures of the convicted are scarce. As a result, we were forced to use avatars in place of actual photographs. In the early 1970s, Richard Halverson and Raymond Woodall were listed as maintenance men for the Adelphi Academies in the state of Florida. Adelphi had 2 locations, one in Dade County and one in Tampa.
I'm gonna die. His voice
Another
is
man
too slow for
affiliated
me.
with the school and living in Florida.
This isn't the same story either.
Yeah, I have ADHD. Shit.
So do I. That's why I smoke.
Shit. Self-diagnosed ADHD? Oh.
No, I got actual diagnosed. Or are you talking to me?
I'm talking about
I was diagnosed before it was called ADHD.
What was it called back then?
Hyperactivity disorder.
What about this?
Johnson, why are you naked? Because my t-shirt sucks. Look at Gibson. He's wearing a true classic tee.
Go into the pudding and find the truth.
You want me to?
I want you to go into the pudding.
Welcome back.
Yes, indeed. Welcome back to Hard Truth. Link, is your brain ready to grow 3 sizes like one of those dinosaurs that they put in the water?
As long as my skull grows with it.
Because I've got hot news straight off the presses of 1912. The Titanic never sank, and the truth will shock you. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Okay, great.
Link,
You got a thing, huh? And that thing.
Do you think
Okay.
it sank? A question.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know what truth stands?
Do y'all think the Titanic sank?
Yes.
How is that even a question?
I don't know.
The Titanic. See,
Something
we
doesn't
all
even
saw
matter how I
Leonardo
answer.
DiCaprio die.
Oh, people
Right?
think the world's flat. Come on, man.
Look, we all saw Leonardo DiCaprio die. That bitch could have shared the door with him and chose not to.
Yep.
Right?
All right. Well, that's not a good theory then.
She reached in her pocket, grabbed that diamond, and said, "I ain't sharing this shit with nobody."
Hell no. Hell freaking no, man.
What about the vanishing flight of 370?
Which one was that? A bunch of flights vanished.
That was Indonesia.
Yeah.
Oh.
The
Wait, you know what,
the
Tom?
religiously affiliated pilot.
You know what, Tom? I'm kind of surprised you haven't brought up a 9/11 conspiracy yet.
I've been ducking it.
Okay, all right, never mind. All right,
His overlords don't like that one.
okay, that's cool.
It's a, when you
Yeah,
look
that's all
up
you had to say, bro.
touchy subjects, that was
Mhm.
one of the main ones. I actually looked it up on YouTube. That is like one of the main ones not to really touch. All right, truck said.
Delivery manager 370, good morning. Malaysia 370, standby.
At Kuala Lumpur International Airport, a Boeing 777 is preparing for departure.
Malaysian 370, request level. 370, we are ready, requesting flight level 350 to Beijing.
Malaysian Airlines Flight 370 is a daily passenger flight between Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia and Beijing, China.
370, 32 right of takeoff. Nice. That's alright, Malaysia, Malaysia 37, thank you.
42 minutes past midnight, Flight 370 is given clearance to depart. On board are Captain Sahari Ahmad Shah, First Officer Farik Abdul Hamid, 10 cabin crew members, and 227 passengers.
Number control, Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, Lumpur radar, good morning, climb flight level 250. Morning, level 250, Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, climb flight level 350. Climb level 350, Malaysian 370.
Less than an hour into the flight, the plane is cruising over the South China Sea at an altitude of 35,000 feet. The night sky is clear and the weather is calm. Flight 370 is then instructed to signal air traffic control in Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, as it is about to enter Vietnamese airspace. The flight controller in Kuala Lumpur says goodnight, with no sign that anything should be amiss.
Malaysian 370, maintaining level 350. Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, maintaining level 350. Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night. Good night, Malaysian 370.
1 minute and 43 seconds later, the aircraft suddenly vanished from radar screens at Kuala Lumpur, Ho Chi Minh, and Bangkok. This form of positional tracking depends on a signal being emitted by one of two transponders aboard a plane, and so its disappearance would suggest both transponders ceased to function, or the system was manually deactivated by someone on board. All subsequent attempts to contact and ascertain the whereabouts of Flight 370 are unsuccessful. The aircraft has seemingly vanished without a trace. After missing its scheduled time of arrival in Beijing some 4 hours later, Flight 370 is officially declared missing. And in the wake of that announcement, the most expensive search effort in aviation history is about to commence.
What do you think?
This might be a tough one. Because where would they put the people at? Go ahead, man.
I find it odd on how it wound up off the eastern coast of Africa. That's a hell
Funny,
of a,
right?
and didn't trip any radar
Funny, right?
in the Southwest Asia area, Southeast Asia area
It must
on
have
the
been
way.
flying really high.
Maybe it was
That drone.
pirates. Maybe it was someone on the plane was a plant.
Hmm.
Could be.
Maybe.
The search was initially concentrated around the location of the flight's disappearance between the South China Sea and the Gulf of Thailand. The search area was soon expanded, however, after the Malaysian military disclosed additional information. Unlike the radar system employed by air traffic control, long-range military radar does not rely on transponders but use reflectance to track the position of aerial targets. A review of the data collected by the Malaysian military revealed that moments after contact with Flight 370 was lost, the aircraft had deviated from its scheduled flight path with a subtle turn to the right, followed by a prolonged turn to the left. The aircraft had then flown back towards and across the Malaysian peninsula before turning right near the island of Penang. It maintained this northwesterly heading until it escaped the radar's coverage. Over the next few days, the Strait of Malacca, the Andaman Sea, and the Bay of Bengal was scoured by a multinational fleet of aircraft and vessels, but there was no trace of Flight 370. Meanwhile, investigators began to analyze the aircraft's satellite communication records. Like all modern airliners, Flight 370 was equipped with a satellite communications terminal, or SATCOM, to send and receive transmissions to and from the ground. Prior to departure, the SATCOM terminal had logged onto the satellite network and established a connection with a ground station in Perth, Australia. That station then maintained a detailed record of all the incoming and outgoing traffic between it and Flight 370. This is what it contained. Prior to the flight's disappearance over the South China Sea, everything appeared to be working as intended. Then, at some point during this portion of the flight, the SATCOM link was severed. For whatever reason, the terminal ceased to respond. But 3 minutes after the flight vanished over the Andaman Sea, the terminal requested to log back onto the network. The SATCOM link was successfully re-established and was not disrupted again until nearly 6 hours later, when the flight is presumed to have crashed due to fuel exhaustion. During these
That's weird.
Yeah, right?
I think it might have been a failed terrorist plot to capture a plane and fly it back into the Middle East.
Yeah, that could be it. But don't they get checked like we get checked or scanned on like we get scanned on? You got to do the shuffle, turn around, do the hokey pokey, stick your leg right in, out.
Well,
I think they would.
How
go through the
hard
same
would it
stuff
be
too.
to pay one of those lackeys at any U.S. airport to sneak something in for you?
But they wasn't at a U.S. airport, was they?
No.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
No, but you could pay somebody in Middle East, or in Indonesia, probably a lot less.
But what would be the reason to hijack a plane?
Probably
Why
to
did they do it? Why did they do it 20 times in the 70s and early 80s?
They did? I don't know, 'cause I didn't know. I wasn't
Oh,
here
yeah.
around India.
Yeah.
And it was found off the east coast of Africa, right?
Yep.
Which is a heavily Muslim populated area, part of Africa.
Yeah.
Eastern Africa is very heavily Muslim.
So you're saying it's because it was Muslims?
No, but I mean,
yeah. The pilot was.
Well, the dots being connected is that they're probably going to use it for an attack.
Well, you know what? Let's go. Let's see what they say.
These final hours, 2 attempts were made to contact the plane via satellite telephone. Both calls were acknowledged by the SATCOM terminal and would have been routed to the cockpit. Yet, they went unanswered. The terminal had also responded to 5 automatic status requests. In short, if the ground station had not heard from the aircraft in over an hour, it would transmit a signal to confirm the terminal was still online. While these transmissions did not contain any information about the flight's position, investigators were able to measure the distance between the satellite and the aircraft at the time of
That's a
each
lot of fucking
transmission,
math.
based on how long it took those transmissions to be sent and received. This generated 7 rings of possible locations from which 7 of these transmissions are thought to have originated. By taking fuel consumption, speed, and other factors into account, flight path analysis indicated the most probable origin of the final transmission to be somewhere along this arc in the southern Indian Ocean. The search effort shifted accordingly, and as the region fell within the jurisdiction of Australia, the Australian government took charge of the operation. Over the next few weeks, the search area was progressively refined to account for oceanic drift as well as improved estimations of the flight path. But this part of the southern Indian Ocean is so remote it took 6 days just to get there. A new fleet of aircraft and vessels gradually covered more than 4.5 million square kilometers of ocean, but Flight 370 was nowhere to be found.
The war in Ukraine forced my family to flee. My sister, mother, and grandmother left their entire lives behind on February 24. And
not my fault. You could have just gave up to Russia.
If the impact with the ocean had been sufficiently forceful, it was possible the resulting sound had been recorded by underwater listening devices known as hydrophones. This possibility was investigated, and 4 hydroacoustic monitoring stations had recorded something. While the timing and direction of the sound were reasonably consistent with the final satellite transmission, the estimated origin was not. The sound was in all likelihood caused by nothing more than geological activity. Flight 370 was also equipped with 2 underwater locator beacons which had a battery life of some 40 days, and as the deadline approached in early April, signals with a pulse and frequency somewhat similar to the signal emitted by the beacons were detected at depths of up to 3,000 meters. An autonomous submersible then spent weeks scanning the seafloor where the signals had been detected, but no wreckage was ever found. And nothing would be found until more than 16 months later, when a discovery was made on the opposite side of the Indian Ocean. On the 29th of July 2015, a group of people were cleaning up a beach in Reunion, a small island to the east of Madagascar, when they stumbled upon this 2-meter-long metallic object covered in barnacles. Aviation experts quickly identified the object as a section of an aircraft wing known as a flaperon. Upon closer inspection, internal markings including dates.
Well, they didn't crash upon a damn, whatever that place called, Africa. They're closer to where they're at.
Where do you think Madagascar is, bro?
Well, I know it, but it's not as far in Africa as you think.
And serial numbers conclusively ascertained the flaperon belonged to Flight 370. Even though Reunion Island is some 4,000 kilometers west of the search area, and more than a year had gone by since the flight disappeared, the location was consistent with simulations of debris dispersal patterns.
Exactly.
There was now tangible evidence that Flight 370 had crashed somewhere in the Indian Ocean. The discovery of the flaperon prompted numerous searches along beaches and shorelines of southeastern Africa, and at least 31 additional items of interest have since been recovered and examined. Some of these items include a section of the outboard flap from the right wing, a piece of cowling from one of the 2 engines, a partial door from the nose landing gear, a section of the vertical stabilizer, and a mangled casing from one of the embedded headrest monitors. 18 of these items were identified as either likely, highly likely, or almost certain to have originated from Flight 370, whereas only 3 could be confirmed. The remaining 11 could not be identified. There were no traces of an explosion found on any of the debris tested, nor was there any evidence of a fire except for 3 small burn marks on one of the unidentifiable items. The search for debris was further aided by Earth observation satellites. Analyses of satellite imagery from March of 2014 uncovered a number of images which appeared to feature man-made objects floating on or just below the surface in the southern Indian Ocean. However, the images were not nearly sharp enough to resolve any identifiable markings, and multiple searches notwithstanding, this debris was never recovered. A satellite image taken mere hours after the final transmission also captured what appeared to be a contrail some distance away from the search area. A later analysis, however, concluded it was most likely a shadow from a somewhat linear cloud formation.
So in other words, they
The
don't know.
underwater portion of the search continued for months and eventually years before it was finally suspended in early 2017, by which point some 120,000 square kilometers of seabed had been scrutinized. The search effort was then resumed by an American salvage company known as Ocean Infinity, but after more than a year of searching, they too came up empty-handed. Unless the final resting place of Flight 370 can be located, it may be impossible to determine exactly why it crashed. Nevertheless, there have been no shortage of theories.
What are the theories? Mayo, go ahead. Go first, Mayo.
Well, I think they actually went back to the guy's flight simulator and figured out he had tried to plan this flight.
Okay.
At one point on his using Microsoft flight simulator. And they also found various writings and stuff that pointing towards his religion.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's keep going. Oh, I forgot. Go ahead.
Maybe he was trying to fly to Antarctica.
Why don't you just go on and say that so I don't have to repeat it?
Uncle Tommy was trying to fly to the ice wall.
Probably fly to Antarctica, to the ice wall. You're right.
It is probably aliens.
So what do you think there, Jay?
It was probably aliens. Aliens abducted them, and then it crashed in the water.
You ain't shit.
And really, they did it for Dino Jesus. Honestly, they did it for the dinosaur god. That's what they really did it for. Was the dinosaur god. I'm telling you, they're gonna make their return. Watch, Dino Jesus is gonna have his second coming. Damn, 47. Y'all conspiracy out? Better know.
I'm sitting here reading with my mic muted.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you hear me?
2022, the piece of debris from flight MH370 suggested the pilot lowered the plane's landing gear just before it plunged into the ocean, supporting the theory that aircraft was deliberately crashed. I don't know how they got to that, but that is okay.
Anywho, listen, guys, I gotta get up at 5 a.m., so I'm gonna be hurting already. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Go ahead.
See you guys.
Yes, sir. See you later,
On
brother.
the day of the disappearance, 2 of the passengers raised suspicion as they had boarded the flight with stolen passports, which immediately prompted concerns of a hijacking. But investigators were unable to link the 2 men to any terrorist organizations and soon determined they had traveled under false identities because they were seeking asylum, not due to any nefarious intent. Similar suspicions were raised when one of the passengers were identified as a flight engineer who might have possessed the necessary expertise to take control of a Boeing 777. Apart from the 239 persons on board, Flight 370 carried nearly 11 metric tons of cargo. Among the items listed on the flight manifest was a shipment of lithium-ion batteries, which led some to suspect a fire might have broken out mid-flight. For instance, the crash of UPS Airlines Flight 6 in September of 2010 was the result of a fire that was ignited by a pallet of lithium-ion batteries. Another potential source of ignition would be an electrical malfunction. The crash of Swiss Air Flight 111 in September of 1998.
Well, I think the more plausible reason behind this was the batteries.
Yeah, but why would it fly so far?
Well, because
lithium-ion batteries burn at like 3,000 degrees.
Listen,
when they burn.
They were trying to get somewhere and they couldn't figure it out where. You know what? It burned out the navigation system, which is possible. Never know.
But it would be flying with a massive
Nitro.
hole melted through the bottom of it.
Well, not necessarily though. Not they could have put it out.
No, they couldn't. they do not have the equipment to put out lithium-ion fires on airplanes.
Oh, you don't know that.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I've changed out aircraft fire bottles before.
Okay. All right. Well, if you say so, I don't know. I can say that I don't know.
Is thought to have been caused by a fire within the electrical wiring above the cockpit.
That
The
could be
fire
it,
damaged and disabled multiple avionics.
There you go. That was that's more plausible right there. Fire damage in the cockpit. It cut off all their transponders, right? And the navigation system. So they didn't know where they're going. They're flying blind, as they say. You know what I'm saying? What about that?
You could, but he went over land masses, and you've still got other backup systems.
Well, not if they're disabled.
Well, no, you have magnetic systems, you have air systems that do not rely on technology. The same gauges that existed in planes in World War II.
Well, that's saying if he knew how to use them.
They're right there on the cockpit.
Yeah, but he wasn't like flying for America. He was flying for Air Asia. So he might not didn't know how to use it.
Systems, including the transponders and SATCOM. In the case of Flight 370, the sudden loss of communication and subsequent deviation from its scheduled flight path might have been a direct response to a fire. The two pilots may have turned back towards Malaysia to attempt an emergency landing at the nearest suitable airport. But no such attempt was ever made. Instead, Flight 370 kept going and remained aloft for another 6 hours. Some have theorized the crew might have been incapacitated by a sudden or gradual loss of cabin pressure. For instance, when Helios Airways Flight 522 failed to pressurize in August of 2005, the pilots quickly fell unconscious. Yet the aircraft continued to fly on autopilot for more than 2 hours until it ran out of fuel. Airline pilots are of course trained for such an event. In the event of cabin depressurization, an automatic system is designed to deploy oxygen masks to give the pilots enough time to perform an emergency descent to a more breathable altitude. The data recorded by the Malaysian military radar does indeed contain altitude information, but it is highly inconsistent. In fact, the Boeing 777 is incapable of performing the extreme altitude fluctuations recorded. At one point, the aircraft exceeded its maximum operating altitude by more than 15,000 feet before making a 50,000 feet nosedive in less than a minute. Attempts to recreate these maneuvers on a flight simulator were unsuccessful, and thus the data was deemed inaccurate and unreliable. If Flight 370 did lose cabin pressure at 35,000 feet, and the pilots were incapacitated before descending to a more oxygenated altitude, it might explain why the aircraft remained aloft for as long as it did. What is a bit more difficult to explain, however, are these alterations in heading. Flight simulations have established the aircraft must have been under manual control during the initial left turn, as the bank angle or inclination of that turn was beyond the limits of the autopilot. Subsequent turns, however, could have been either manual or automatic. But for the autopilot to have made these course corrections, someone with the requisite knowledge must have programmed it to do so. The only other alternative is that the aircraft was in fact under manual control.
A performance that truly matters. This is what you've been waiting for. Get tickets now at
All right, so this is crazy. The pilot was a chief suspect. Pilot was a chief suspect in the case. Foul play. Captain of the missing flight was identified as a prime subject in a report. Malaysian police investigation names the pilot as a prime suspect. Oh my God, they don't. So in other words, they don't know. They're just throwing shit at the wall, see what sticks.
In late June of 2014, several news outlets reported that a special investigation had identified the captain of Flight 370 as a prime suspect. A search of the captain's home had uncovered a flight simulator which supposedly contained a suspicious route which ended in the southern Indian Ocean. At the time, there was no official acknowledgement that such a route had been recovered, and a lengthy public report issued by the Malaysian government in 2015 made no mention of such a discovery. Then, in 2016, confidential documents pertaining to a forensic examination conducted by the Royal Malaysia Police in May of 2014 was leaked to the media. These documents made it clear that such a route had not only been recovered, but thoroughly examined. Soon thereafter, the Malaysian government confirmed the existence of this simulated flight path, and this is what it looks like. It should come as no surprise that many regard this as damning evidence of premeditation, but according to investigators, it is not quite so evident. The data recovered consists of 7 coordinates, 2 in Kuala Lumpur, 2 in the Strait of Malacca, 1 in the Bay of Bengal, and 2 in the southern Indian Ocean. The data was reconstructed from a file that had been automatically generated and saved by the simulation software a month before the incident. However, it's not clear whether the coordinates originate from the same flight session. In other words, it might not be correct to simply trace a continuous line between these 7 coordinates, as they could be from separate sessions. The forensic examination by the Royal Malaysia Police simply concluded no activity captured conclusively indicates any kind of premeditated act pertaining to the incident of MH370. Even so, the similarities between the simulated route and the presumed route of Flight 370 directly influenced the search operation. Australian investigators considered the possibility of someone deliberately extending the range of the flight by gliding the aircraft off the fuel exhaustion. If so, the plane could have traveled an additional 200 kilometers. Alternatively, the range could have been reduced by a controlled ditching prior to fuel exhaustion. While ultimately deemed unlikely, these 2 scenarios did affect the search effort. If the captain steered Flight 370 off course with the intention of crashing in a remote part of the southern Indian Ocean, his motive is an even greater mystery. Sahari Ahmad Shah was 53 and married with 3 children.
I know what happened. His wife drove him crazy.
That's what I was thinking.
He was like, fuck that. I'm not coming home, and I'm taking all you bitches with me. What he said. You know, he probably sent his co-pilot out there to get some peanuts.
He had more
Locked
than
his butt out of the
18,000 hours of
cockpit.
flight experience
Yeah.
and a spotless track record. Investigators found no evidence of financial issues, and his monthly expenses before the disappearance indicated nothing unusual. He had no history of mental illness, nor had he displayed any recent changes in lifestyle or behavior. He was raised on the island of Penang, which has led some to speculate the flight's second turn to the southwest of Penang was the captain getting a final view of his hometown. Some believe a hijacking could have been politically motivated, as Sahari was an avid supporter of a democratic opposition leader who was sentenced to 5 years in prison mere hours before Flight 370 took off. Others point to unconfirmed reports of marital issues, but this is contradicted by the official investigation and disputed by family members. The only real inconsistency noted by the final report is that the captain failed to repeat the assigned radio frequency during the last verbal communication.
Malaysian 370, contact Ho Chi Minh 120.9. Good night. Good night, Malaysian 370.
It would have been standard procedure to repeat the assigned frequency, as the captain had correctly done a few minutes prior.
370, contact lampu radar 1326. Good night. Alright, 1326 Malaysian 370.
Whether this omission is indicative of anything but a mistake is anyone's best guess. By all accounts, Captain Sahari was an affable and well-respected pilot who was passionate about aviation, as evident by the photos and videos he shared on social media.
Hi everyone, this is a YouTube video that I've made as a community service. After learning.
The co-pilot was found to be even less conspicuous. Farik Abdul Hamid was only 27, and due to marry a fellow pilot, he had nearly 3,000 hours of flight experience, although only 39 hours in this type of aircraft. Much like Zahari, Farik had no financial, mental, or interpersonal issues of note, nor was there any evidence of conflict between the two of them. Some questioned the plausibility of a pilot-instigated hijacking due to the apparent lack of interference by the other pilot. Well, when Ethiopian Airlines Flight 702 was hijacked by the co-pilot in February of 2014, he did so by merely waiting for the captain to take a bathroom break before locking the cockpit door behind him. The co-pilot was then free to divert the Italy-bound flight to Switzerland to seek asylum. The only noteworthy piece of evidence in regards to the co-pilot of Flight 370 is his phone. You see, when the confidential documents were leaked, they also confirmed another long-circulated rumor, namely that a cell phone tower had briefly established a connection with an iPhone 5S belonging to the co-pilot as Flight 370 approached the island of Penang. According to investigators, it was not a phone call as has been widely reported by the media, but merely an automatic location signal. Why this information was omitted from public reports, we may never know.
Mayo, what you got?
It's kind of odd.
Do you think it was the co-pilot or the pilot?
The chance that those points were from 5 different flights and they just happened to match the exact route is just very odd.
Well, consider this that all governments lie, so and they're trying to get out of paying millions.
But they got caught lying when the secret report was released.
That's what I'm saying. So I think it may have been the co-pilot. No. I'm sticking with my first thing. I think it was the pilot. He just said, "I'm tired of these kids. I gotta go. I want to see my hometown before I really go."
Well, did they check with his? I'm sure they checked with his doctors to see if he had any recent diagnoses.
Yeah. His mental capability was great.
Oh, that and did he just find out he had cancer?
Or have another kid on the way.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Are you sick of having issues with your webinars, wasting tons of time on troubleshooting with attendees?
So what is one to make of all of this? On the one hand, the simulated flight path seems suspicious. On the other, it is difficult to cast any substantial doubt on either of the two pilots' character. It is equally difficult to deny a hijacking is consistent with the available evidence. Then again, we're missing some quite major and literal pieces of evidence. The final report issued by the Malaysian government in 2018 could not attribute the loss of communication nor diversion of Flight 370 to a malfunction. Instead, it is believed that someone manually manipulated the aircraft and its systems. For instance, investigators believe SATCOM was manually disabled by a sudden and prolonged interruption of power. Then, once power was restored, the terminal simply rebooted. Likewise, the alterations in heading are believed to be the result of manual inputs. With that being said, the uncertainty of these findings are repeatedly emphasized due to the limited evidence available, and the report does never explicitly state the flight was hijacked. In fact, no real conclusion is reached. Both the Malaysian and Australian government agree that Flight 370 crashed in the southern Indian Ocean, but that the cause is indeterminable without the wreckage, the location of which has managed to elude some of the foremost aviation experts in the world, as well as an impressive arsenal of cutting-edge technology for more than half a decade. Authors, aviation experts, and independent investigators have all chimed in to offer their own thoughts and theories as to the nature of the crash and the location of the wreckage. Some believe there was no crash, but that the aircraft was shot down by an American naval base in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The satellite transmissions were then supposedly forged as part of a massive cover-up. Others believe the aircraft turned right towards India and traveled as far north as Kazakhstan, completely undetected. Debris was then supposedly planted along shorelines of southeastern Africa as part of a massive cover-up. Another theory suggests the aircraft was remotely hijacked and controlled by someone on the ground. While Boeing and other companies have experimented with technology that would allow for an aircraft to be remotely controlled, no commercial airliner is known to be outfitted with such a system. On the less conspiratorial side, the assumption that Flight 370 flew in a straight line and at a constant speed after turning left towards the southern Indian Ocean might simply be incorrect. In early 2018, a French team of independent investigators proposed an alternate flight path, whereby an attempted landing on Christmas Island led to a crash site much further north than the region identified by the official investigation. While a surface search of this area was conducted about a week after the disappearance, the underwater phase never reached this far north. As of the making of this video, the search operation has been suspended, but there have been talks of potentially resuming the search. For now, it seems, the vanishing of Flight 370 will remain a mystery.
Will remain a mystery.
Well, the 777 was the first fly-by-wire Boeing commercial aircraft.
That still was awesome. I like that one. That's a true conspiracy right there.
Oh yeah, I mean.
But all right, man. I have nothing left in the tank. I gotta get up and work tomorrow.
No problem, man.
Hey, thanks for stopping by. Sitting here watching
No
this stupid
problem.
conspiracy movie with me. I still think it was the pilot. He said, "Fuck them kids. I'm sick of this shit. Time to let it go." All right, brother. I will see you. What's tomorrow? On the porch with the blacks? Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Cool beans. Alrighty. Well, I will see
All right.
you tomorrow if you stop by.
Yep. You guys have a good night.
You too. What am I doing? I'm on the wrong screen. And then there was two. How are ya? Oh, now it's me by myself. All right. Anyway, it was a great time. I got to laugh and joke a little bit, conspiracies or whatever. Tomorrow's on the porch with the blacks. I think we're gonna go over some things that they wanted to go over. I think each person supposed to bring something to talk about, so that'll be cool. Each person bring a topic to talk about, and we go over them, and then hopefully go into a main one or discuss all of them together. It doesn't matter. Again, thanks for coming up. All the super chats, thank you for those as well. Again, every Wednesday, that's Conspiracy Wednesdays. Next one, we're gonna try to find some real thing. I'm gonna ask the chat, not chat. I'm gonna ask the community before we come on Conspiracy Theory Wednesday, so we can have a lot of things to actually go over. Samuel, all you gotta do is go to dudeofftheporch@gmail.com and send me any links, anything, or even give me some ideas what to actually to go over on Conspiracy Wednesday. Artie, same way for you. Troll, if you want to, that dudeofftheporch@gmail.com. You can send me anything. I do check my email. I check that one at least. And then especially for Wednesdays coming up, we can do a little research before we actually do it and get it done. Where did everyone go? Man, it's time to go to bed, Artie. We tired over here. Tired over these streets. Again, thank you all for coming out here, especially chat, chiming in throughout the whole show. The panel came up here and talked their stuff. It was fun. You guys have a wonderful night. I am out of here for right now.